Left. Okay, no, I'm kidding, boys. Am I back? I'm back, right? We're good? We're all here. You guys can hear me. Everything's cool. All right, let me call NaW.
Yo, 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 buddy, what's going on, bro?
Yo, what's good, NaW?
Everything is fine?
Cool, cool, cool. How is the DSOD going?
Oh, crazy, bro, crazy. Really crazy.
All right. Well, I guess that's a good place to start for today's podcast. All right. So the big news this week was DSOD. We
Yeah.
got the new world. We got a new box. We got a new structure deck. So first, we'll start with the world. What do you think of the world, bud?
To be fair, I don't care about the world. Like, literally everything which is about farming, I don't care.
What?
I'm just here like normally for boxes, for new cards, and like we have like from Mokuba, the drops, with Thunder Dragons.
Uh huh.
Nice taste. We will speak later about that when we're going to the deck engines.
Okay.
And but to be fair, if you're getting bored by tournaments or something, you can now farm a lot, so that's fine. You get some farming back, but yeah, I'm normally not farming, so
What do you
not
think?
that interesting.
What do you think of the characters and the cards that they've got? You don't think there's anything good from Kaiba or from Okuba or from Scud or anything?
Oh no, from Mukuba, the drops
Uh
we
huh.
get are really good,
Uh huh.
really good. Like Thunder Dragons, crazy. We're gonna see some test cards later on.
Okay.
I will show some test cards for that deck. It's pretty like it's not a bad deck. Thunder Dragon, it's really consistent. To be fair, like it's a deck where you can easily bring out the Chaos Sorcerer,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
really easy. And I was thinking about something with Blue Eyes, because Blue Eyes can make also some nice spicy stuff, right? But I don't have the skills right now, so I cannot play Blue Eyes. But I also have some ideas for Blue Eyes.
Oh, cool, 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 cool. Okay, well then I guess that brings us to the new box. So
We can take on the call. Let me call him real quick. Ask
yeah,
him.
yeah, cool. I will set up a window capture so we can see new cards.
I just ask him right now. I was ask him on Wednesday, I think. Let's see if he has time. Okay, yeah, you can invite him to the call.
Okay.
Okay, we have this
Oh,
clapper on
sweet, sweet, sweet,
again.
sweet, sweet.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, he will join as soon as he has his mic.
Okay.
Then he will hop on. So yeah, with Scott as well. Like there's one skill I read, put the cards to another dimension, like the banish card to another dimension.
Oh.
He's I think he will be like the character everyone will hate, because you can build with him some stall decks, I think. Maybe I didn't read
Ah.
him so much, and I also don't have him. Yeah, but I think you can make some stalls with him.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
Bohemi, you are
Oh,
here?
yeah. Can you hear me? Is everything alright?
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
good,
we can hear you.
Ohimi?
Perfect.
How you doing,
I don't
buddy?
know. It's a chill Friday. Can't
Yeah.
complain.
Yeah, man. All right. Oh, Kamel
Just,
said that he wanted to join too. Should I invite
just
Kamel?
Yeah, just invite him,
uh,
Kamel, as well.
the
Yeah, no
more the
worries.
funnier, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm just sitting here farming the new world and shit, so
Yeah.
taking some time.
What do you think of
Yeah.
the new world?
I mean, the theming, it obviously looks very cool and shit. The drops are mostly at least okay, except for Scott, because Scott is obviously the best character we've ever gotten.
Why? Why? Is it a joke?
Yeah, it's a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I was like, did I miss something?
Yes, the overpowered ability to drop your life points by 50 every turn,
Yeah.
unless you're below 1,000. Okay.
That's too funny. Hell yeah. All right, so then that brings us to the new box. So what do we think of the new box?
It's way too good.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, boys. That's what I'm saying.
What is Oimi saying? And I'm on the same spot. Literally, right now, it was what we was saying before. Like normally meta, you have one tier 1 deck or 2, then you have maybe one tier 2 deck, and then a 3 to 4 tier 3 deck. But literally right now, I would say you have 4 tier 1 decks,
Oh shit.
a lot of fucking tier 2 decks, and yeah, as well some tier 3 decks. Like right now, you can play everything, like really everything, and you can top with that. It's nice.
Hell yeah. We'll talk Atlas. We're gonna talk about all the tier decks as soon as later on in the podcast. That's gonna be the tier list section. But yeah, let's you want to talk about some of these cards then? So where do we want to start? Do we want to start with Gravekeepers probably?
No, let's start. No, let's start just not with the decks. Let's just. I just opened the box right now, and
Okay.
we're talking about some engine cards.
Okay, sounds good.
As we know before, the Desperado pack was as well an engine card. Like you could put it in the Cyber Dark version. You could play the mod with that. It was a kind of card you can place it in some decks, and you have it. It's like Neos as well. Neos Fusion, you had your 6 cards or 5 cards. You just put it in the deck, and you have an engine in the deck. Right now, it's the same with Alistair, right? With the invoked guys. Really nice engine. You can put it everywhere. Like in every deck, you can put just 2 invoke cards or 3 of the monster, and then the spell card. And this is then your engine. The invoked is as well a card where you can put it everywhere. We saw it a lot in Neos. We saw it in Elements. We saw pure chocolate and invoke decks. Yeah, there are a lot of decks where you can put the invoke cards in, and I really love this card because it's like you can make so much profit with it. Like just normal summon it. Like I played a deck with chocolate, just chocolate, and this deck came as well top 32 in Pharaoh yesterday.
Oh wow,
You can
yeah.
you can just normal summon it, then playing your spell card, getting the water invoke card, get your spell card back to the hand, and then you make already +1. You have a big boy on the field. It's incredible. I really like it.
Yeah.
And with making UTKs, for example, right? If you have the Alistair, you normally summon Alistair, get back your like just kind of combinations right now. You can pop up your duelings, deck building stuff, and you can put in the cards in.
Okay. Oh, I want to save this deck. We'll bring out Scud. Why not?
Yeah, bring out Scott.
Show me
This
the
god. And he's looking like a god.
Look at this deck that he has. It's terrible. Oh my god. Okay, so here we go.
Nice deck.
Yeah.
They didn't even give him freaking Abaki, which he has a voice line for. I'm not sure if there's any other cards he has voice lines for, but we have Abakis in the game now, but we don't have it for some reason.
Oh my god.
Maybe it would be too broken.
Maybe soon. Maybe that means it's coming soon. Okay. So
Okay.
Here's Alistair.
And then we need the invoke spell card, and then we need the spell card as well.
Let me share my screen with you. There you go. Okay. Okay.
So what kind of combination it's if your opponent starts right with a normal monster, like with a monster in attack position, play your Alistair, like the invoked cards, then you just normal summon, for example, your invoked card, getting your free spell card to hand. Then you could enemy controller your monster, getting a monster from your opponent, and then you can use with the spell card, for example, the monster from your opponent. Because it's on your side of the field, you can banish his monster and your Alistair from the graveyard, getting your fusion, and then you banish the Alistair, like the invoked, from your graveyard, get back the monster to hand, and it's literally, you can play, because I like it, you can play some control decks everywhere where you can put 6 traps inside and some control stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
That's the NaW
Enemy
type
control.
of deck.
What do you mean?
That's a NaW type of deck. 3 Wall of D, 3 Floodgate,
Yeah.
and we good.
Yeah.
This is what I'm loving. Yeah, like I like enemy controller in this kind of combination. Enemy controller is pretty good. What I also like, that guy yesterday was playing it as well, is the Wanda, what was called, like a spell
Wonder
card.
Wand.
Wonder
So, card trader card.
Yeah, Wonder
The
Wand.
the equip card.
Yeah,
Again,
it's actually a funny idea.
yeah, I played that yesterday against several, a few times, and then I was playing another skill, playing with balance, and I really like balance. It's a good idea. I was playing with Destiny Job. Balance make it even better, because if you're playing just chocolate, this guy, the invoke guy, you definitely draw your chocolate or the invoke guy, and you can make really nice moves. If, for example, if you have chocolate, invoked monster and the spell in your hand, you already have the spell in your hand, which is normally bad because you want to search it with your invoke guy. You can just play your chocolate. Your invoke guy is a monster, drawing 1 card. Then you're playing your spell card, making the water fusion guy, and getting back your monster back to the hand.
Oh wow, yeah.
It's literally +2 with doing nothing, and I really like it. And as well, you can make some moves like this. You have your invoke guy on the field, then you play the wonder cards, and then again you can again with chocolate or something in the graveyard from your opponent, and you have +2. So it's really nice combination with this kind of type of decks.
Oh yeah, it
And
looks spicy.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can literally do a lot of stuff with them. Like I don't know, but you can put them, as I said, everywhere. You have place, like I think just 6 Sams don't have place to put them in, but
Hold on,
them in everywhere.
let me permit Zuckram, because Zuckram sent me the list that the guy was playing, so we can take a look.
Yeah, or you just can go to Dueling Meta and top 32. He kicked out top 32.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, balance is a very cool idea. I played the Parchef engine as his trap cards. That's
I played the
also
same.
really fun.
I played this. It's so funny to play because you have your draw engine. Because when you have to play,
This one?
this one. Then you need something to draw. You like I don't play this trip lineup. I don't like a trip lineup at all. I play another trip lineup because I don't know. I'm missing some battle traps as well. Like as soon as the people knows what he's playing, people can play around that, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
The battle traps, but literally near the same list. And I also play 2 Parshots as well in the extra deck, not just 1. He just played 1 Parshot.
Okay, I see. Oh yeah.
Maybe he has just 1.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So and I don't know why he was siding in another, like the side deck is okay. I would prefer another side deck, but it's fine. The deck is good. The main idea of the deck is pretty control. I played today, I think, 4 times against Desperado. It has a really good matchup against Desperado because you have one way to win. Is like if you're getting your water guy on the field, it's now to win against Desperado. They cannot run over it. Like it's over. And if you don't have it, you can just defense, and then you have as well the counter traps and the battle traps. Like you can play prison, wall of the drowning. I don't like drowning in this deck because you want a monster on the field. It's a pretty nice build. So if you want to testing out, guys, just look at this one. It's pretty nice. What else cards are really good in this box is Mahat.
Oh, okay.
As a little tech card, like if you're drawing it, it's good in against Dark Lords, but
let me,
I just want they can just negate the effect, right? So if I'm trying to attack a monster, they negate my effect and save. This one.
Yeah.
I think this card makes just sense in a NaW deck, NaW's ritual deck, like playing. And sometimes as well it makes sense in maybe a Dark Magician deck if you're playing with Light and Dark.
Yep.
Give you a better chance to get your Dark Magician to the hand for the trap card for navigation. It's fine as well to get this one. But I'm not a fan. Like if you want to play Dark Magician, pure Dark Magician, you have to play a beatdown because otherwise you cannot run over the monsters, or you have a problem. So I'm not a fan of that. Finally, we got Necro Valley. I don't have to say something about Necro Valley.
Yeah.
I just want to assume it's, I think, now important to play Necro Valley in the main deck in Desperado.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Let's look at GX, because this is intriguing to me. Okay. So what do we got? How many Necro Valley? What is our
Two
okay.
Necro Valleys. I would play like, because Necro Valley is good against the L-Star combination, against Dark Lords as well. You can think about to jump back to the normal Dark Lord. I was thinking about the same. I really like, because the normal Dark Lord has a better matchup against
You mean the normal Desperado deck, or?
With Necro Valley now in the main deck, you have as well a good, like not a bad matchup, but a better matchup against Dark Lords.
Yeah.
And Ohimi.
And every spell books and magnets and what's the other one? Even fortune ladies, because of the Every.
Yeah, but normally the counter trap version has a better matchup with the counter traps instead of without counter traps.
Ah, I gotcha. Yeah, exactly. So I played Dark Lords in the PCT yesterday. I left in the 4th round because of the whole maintenance thing. But I was 2-1 going into the 4th round with Necro Valley without counter traps. But I got smoked by every counter. My only loss was to a counter trap deck. I got smoked by it.
It's hard against the counter trap deck. Yeah.
So what do you play?
What do you mean?
What does the spell or the monster lineup look like?
I still would just play one Dekochi. Right, and you can play now with Temperance or not. I'm not a big fan anymore from Temperance right now. So you can kick it out for the trap card.
You're gonna play the Necro Valley and the trap card. Okay.
Your auto win against Dark Lords could be now the trap card or Necro Valley, one of this. And then you have like six traps you can put in. Like literally, you can play 3 Canadia. I like right now 3 Flood and 3 Wall of these. now. But you can play literally everything.
Boom. Yeah. Looks good, boys. Looks real good.
So yeah, I think the counter trap and the normal version are like kind of good right now, because now everyone has the ability to play Necro Valley, and yeah, it's like on the same level. I don't know, like a counter version has still good matchups, and the mirror counter version has a better matchup maybe. You have again a really easy side deck engine. You can put out the Necro Valleys in the mirror, so you have 2 cards easily siding out, putting 2 cards in, and yeah, I really like this deck, and this is also why I would say for myself, it's like it's not anymore tier 1. Hate me maybe, but I thinking Dark Lords is not tier 1 anymore. Ohimi, what are you thinking?
It's kind of tough to be honest. Like I
What are
haven't
you
seen.
thinking, No? What are you thinking? I don't know.
Kamel, what's good, dude?
Oh, Kamel is here as well.
Oh,
No,
it
I'm
is.
thinking Dark Lord is not tier 1 anymore.
Why are you thinking that?
Just tell me one good matchup right now. Like they have, to be fair, it's a 60-40 matchup against 6M, right? If they have a good hand, then they literally win. If 6M has nothing, against the counter Desperado matchup is like it's okay. So everyone has the ability to play Necro Valley. New decks, like if I going to say something about Gravekeepers, it's an auto-lose for Dark Lords. Like literally auto-lose, they can't do anything against them. Scoop it up, and yeah, I don't know. I'm from Dark Lords to run Dark Lords in a tournament. Like,
well, I think. Well, okay, so I think that you make a good point, right? There's no matchup right now that Dark Lords wins overwhelmingly, right? 80-20 and beyond that, right? Dark Lords doesn't outright destroy any deck, but I don't think that's where Dark Lord's real strength comes from. I think Dark Lord's real strength comes from their ability to take these matchups where they're not dominating in and just be able to win in a game of attrition, right? When you have decks that are 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, like they're going to go toe to toe for a while, but Dark Lords are always going to have that reusability for the cards that they've already played, that have already been in their hand. A lot of decks, you need to keep drawing usable cards to make your combos, get a feel. Dark Lords, you don't have to do that. All you need is one card, and you can reuse the other ones that you've already played. And that's one of the biggest strengths that we keep seeing that lets them top and win tournaments, that they can just reuse their resources over and over again. And that's a really powerful part of an archetype, especially when all the other archetypes in the meta, they have to use every single card that they draw to establish the same board that Dark Lords have, and Dark Lords can do it with fewer cards, and they can do it repeatedly with fewer cards. Now that
now is the problem. I'm accepting that exactly what you were saying, but the problem is right now you as a what do you want to play? Trunate or Cosmic? Play 2 Cosmic in main, and you have to play Trunate as well in main, like in side deck, because like if you're playing against Gravekeeper, right?
Mhm.
Gravekeeper in my side deck, what I was playing in the Craig's tournament, I played the monster guy, where you cannot special, like if this monster's on the field, then
you
it's
can't
like
target Necro Valley.
It's like Necro Valley on the field.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
Necro Valley on the field. So
The chief, yeah.
yeah, the problem is
Or priest.
Dark Lords is just losing to 1 card. They are losing to literally 1 card in every matchup. If Necro Valley is on the field and they don't have one of his Cosmics, then they lose. If they have Shadow Imprisoning Mirror on the field, it's still hard for them as well. So the problem is right now, like Cosmic, because before they don't have to play Cosmic because they know not everyone is playing Necro Valley because nobody has it. but right now they have to play it. Then they're gonna lose to heavy back rows. Like heavy back rows gonna kill them. And yeah, I don't know. I'm big fan from Dark Lords anime. We're gonna see it in the future because I think yesterday on both tournaments, PCT and a DLE tournament, both didn't play that much from the new box.
Yeah, not at all. But I wanted to. First of all, I just kind of joined in. What were you guys talking about? Was it a NaW's tier list V2?
Not yet. Not yet. We haven't gotten to the
now.
tier list. We were just reviewing cards from the new box, or new archetypes and stuff from the new box.
All right. So you guys were on Gravekeepers, I assume.
No, we went into Alistar combination first. Like what you can do with Alistar.
Okay, so Alistair combination. I think that's the new. It's the new Neos, right? We've seen a lot of builds with it. The Element Saber hybrid, it being a 3 of in spellbooks, putting it in Gravekeepers as well. I don't know. I think that deck is really strong. You know, being able to fusion and reuse the fusions, but I just think Dark Lords are too oppressive for the new decks. But I know that's not what we're talking about. But I think Alistair is probably like the highest potential, like just off the bat. Like as far as single cards go, you know, archetypes, you know, maybe Gravekeepers or Invocators, you could say.
Yeah, and then we talked about Desperado and how Desperado without counter traps is going to make a revival because you could play Necro Valley, and Necro Valley is so good against so many different things. It's good against Invokers, it's good against Dark Lords, it's good against a bunch of different things.
It will be good in the future because people cannot do a tier list right now because I don't know which deck you can play. Like if you don't know which deck you can play out of the new box, then you cannot make a tier list for sure because you don't know what you have to put into your deck if you don't know what is coming in front of you, right? Like people were still, if you look into the side decks of yesterday, they were still siding against Desperado and Dark Lords. I don't know if I would run like for example a Gravekeeper deck, right? People even don't know how this deck is working. Right, and they don't even have a side deck card into it. That's why you alter them as an advantage in a tournament. If you're playing a new deck, people have to read the cards. They don't know how it's working, and this is a big advantage because they don't even have a side deck card against it.
Okay, so now you've said Gravekeepers 3 times in the past 5 minutes. Do you like Gravekeepers? Have you been testing them? Do you have a build?
This is kind of
because what I'm seeing, right, is a lot of, like, you make a good point, right? A lot of, like, the reason we're not seeing that much is because, one, no one wants to build new decks because they're auto-assuming that it will lose to Dark Lords, right? So this build on screen here, what's this?
It's kind of NaW's build. I don't have 3 thrones yet, so
I play 3 Throne and 2 Necro Valleys and 6 Traps, I think. 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you said that, Kamel. I went really undefeated in the whole tournament. I didn't lost any duel against the meta decks where we have right now. Then I faced against Sasuke, and I was writing with Sasuke as well afterwards, and the 3rd game, he just came to the idea to siding in the Kuribo.
Yeah.
If he sided the Kuribo in the 2nd game as well, maybe he would won it, maybe if he has it, because I made the same move, getting my Dark Magician, run over it, get my big boy, run over it, and go for game. And he didn't thought about that because he don't know how the engine is working of the deck, so he didn't side it. So it was my advantage that he didn't took a card into his main deck after the side because he didn't thought that would be good against my deck. And to be fair, the only bad matchup right now for Gravekeepers is Desperado. It's a really tough matchup. It's a really hard one. If you don't get your combination out, it's hard. I don't know. with gravekeepers, you have the possibility to pop 4 cards in one round. Go for you can OTK as well. You can make OTKs. I did OTKs as well.
So how are you doing all this?
Deck
Can
out
you
people as
break
well.
it down?
So yeah.
Can you break it down for me, like, you know, because I haven't. I looked at not the Dark Lords, the Gravekeepers kind of individually, but I'm not sure how it all comes together. So
Okay,
I see you're playing Light and Dark, so that's why you're playing the one-ofs of Chaos Sorcerer and Silent Magicians. So, and then I see you're playing 3 Gravekeeper Spy, which are the what you call it, the specials from the deck. So that's pretty standard. And then your 3 Gravekeeper monsters of choice, each of the one-ofs. So what are these?
Yeah, it's just one-offs. Like one is a Searcher.
Recruiter is the first one I see, right?
Yeah, the other, the Descender, is a Popper. He can pop from field.
Okay. And this is not once per turn. This is continuous. You can keep doing that.
And the other one, the last one, is the Searcher from Graveyard. He can special summon something in face down defense or in a face up attack position from the grave.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make easily OTKs with that.
If this was because of 1 level 4 Gravekeeper in your graveyard, special summon an attack. Oh, an attack position. Okay.
An attack or face down defense position. So if you have nothing, you can just put your spy again, set face down. And if you saw the last decks on DLM, a lot of people did the same engine. 1 Silent Magician, 1 Chaos Sorcerer, and 1 big Silent Boy, the level 8. The Chaos Sorcerer was pretty nice because you have your win con is Necro Valley against the most decks. Like if you're playing against, for example, against Fortune Ladies, then you just have to destroy his big boy, and then you have your Necro Valley, and they cannot out you. Just if a Cosmic is coming, and if a Cosmic is coming, then your next out to run over the monster is a Chaos Sorcerer, because it's pretty easy to run over the Chaos Sorcerer. I was testing yesterday a lot of versions of the Gravekeeper decks. I was testing with counter traps.
Right.
When I was running with counter traps, I used the skill from Tear to start with 1 card more in your hand.
Did you feel like the counter trap version gave you an advantage against any other tier decks?
No.
Not at all?
That's why I didn't play that anymore.
Mm-hmm. So
that's why I didn't.
I'm really interested in Gravekeepers, right? So if we run down,
I was testing yesterday with 1 wielder.
Oh, 1 wielder for synchro plays.
Yeah, because you can synchro with recruiter, right? Get to level 7.
Right, that's a black rose right there.
Or better, you can make as well an every as well.
This is true. Spellcaster monster. That's true.
So you can make your every as well. I really like that as well, but I didn't felt confident with that because for myself I like it more if I play heavy traps, with more traps, with some control stuff. I like that more because really you can really stall the opponent out. Like even a lava golem would make sense in the deck. Even a lava golem would make sense. Like if you have 3 drowning, that's why I'm playing a wall of these. If you have 3 wall of these, and you can easily like you just have to turn your spy in defense, then floodgating everything what comes. You can lava golem him if he wants to try to run over you. You can wall of D him, and then you can just stall. Like I think on the HHC Cup, if you're playing with Lava Golem is a possibility to play. It's not a bad card to play in the deck.
So it seems like you've done a plethora of different decks and stuff for Gravekeeper. So I want to ask you, right? So if we run down the tier list, you've tested against like most tier list decks, right? Spellbook, 6 Ams, Desperado. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to start at tier 3. With the decks that I think will continue to be viable. You know, I'll leave out the obvious ones. So Triamids. Did you test this deck versus Triamids?
Yeah.
So how would you say it fares in the Triamid matchup? Because Triamids,
easy.
Okay. So I was just gonna say, because Trimage do a lot on your turn while you're making plays, and I don't know, it just may run into something. But you saying it's easy, right?
I can
You
just
didn't have
say I can just tell you why.
right bet. Let's see.
If you have your spy set, right,
Right.
they have to
Uh-huh.
run over you. Like if they have the like the King Golem on field and the level 1/5 Hunter, he has to run over me. I have still Floodgate, and if I'm starting, like I have Floodgate, which is killing him. And if I have Necro Valley, right, and I get my combination, just Necro Valley and flipping up my spy, it's over for them because they cannot use any more his
Denser, no dense.
Dancer and his
Pulse.
Pulse,
Pulse,
which is
yeah.
very important for them. And then I can just pop the whole field. And since you're popping the whole field from Trimits has no O to come back. That's a big problem from Trimit. As soon as the first card gets destroyed, they have to top deck. They are in the top deck situation every time because normally in the end of his first turn, they don't have even a hand card, the card in the hand left anymore. They have no cards in the hand anymore.
Yeah, this is
So as
true.
soon you
Trimage, they don't have. The only thing I would see that you would run into is your spy getting popped by a master. But even so, like Trimage don't have a way to. Like Trimage have 3 win conditions, and 2 of them are shut down just by you playing Gravekeepers and seeing the cards you need to play. So
Yeah.
I can see why the matchup is good.
Yeah, so that's why I think against Trimets it's normally, and as well in a side deck event I was playing Canada in side deck as well. So I have 5 cards to start with. Draw Floodgate or just have to draw Canada to win the match. Normally, like if you get a Canada first turn and you can run over the monster next turn, it's pretty easy game. Like normally, if I can also draw bad. You know, you can calculating it. You have 7 cards to start off. 7 cards. 7 cards. You have 7 cards you can start off to draw your spy. You have 3 times the throne. You have 1 silent magician, and you have 3 spies itself. So you have 7 cards to start with to get your first turn spy.
Does this rely on you having Necro through with only running 2?
I'm playing Necro Valley only too because it's so shit on my bad matchup against Desperado. I don't want to have Necro Valley. It's so shit.
Okay,
And
so we'll get to that. We'll get to Desperado.
No,
but yeah,
no,
that is
the current build on screen. NaW wasn't playing enemy controller. He was playing throne. It was playing 3 thrones, and I guess he was playing a 3rd wall of D. Yeah.
You have a picture of it now? We could put that up on the screen if you want.
I have a picture of it. I can send you a
find
picture.
it on Smash real fast if you. Oh no,
I can do it faster.
You sent. Yeah, you could just send a picture to me. That would be.
All right, so Trimids tier 3 deck. So the only other tier 3 deck I would think that would see any play after this meta is Spellbooks. And did you test it versus Spellbooks?
Spellbook twice in the tournament. I won both games 2-0.
Won both games 2-0.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm gonna just have to guess that once you get Necro Valley on the field, Spellbooks just pretty much can't do anything.
Yeah, I'd have to say the same.
Yeah.
Even with them
You
playing
can just
like
you can
the
you don't have a
Invokers.
throne, right? You said you don't have a
I don't have a
throne.
3rd throne yet. Yeah, I just got to my
Just-
3rd box today.
I just sent a picture right now.
Okay, cool.
But I also sent you a picture, guys, from my side deck. Me, I'm missing you, bro.
Yeah.
You are here, bro.
Yeah, we cool. I'm just, I don't know what to say.
So, what do you say? What is your first ideas of Gravekeepers? Until I'm
Yeah.
searching still the side deck.
If you get
Hey, guys.
your
Hey, Mo.
hey Mowberry, like it seems if you have your combo pieces off, you can pop like 4 cards or something in a single turn, which is obviously very good. But I mean, seems kind of like a specific combo. And for example, like the only deck I've tested against with you against the Gravekeepers was Desperado.
Yeah.
the counter trap version, and that didn't seem like that good of a matchup for gravekeepers. Not spoiling too much, but maybe a little. So, like,
It's a question. What is that last SR monster? Because
This
it's
one?
not from the new box, right?
it's
Recruiter.
gravekeepers recruiter.
That's Gravekeeper.
he-
Okay, yeah.
He searches the dude if he hits the grave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can-
I'm sending the picture. Yeah. So this was my main deck. It was playing against what's called. If I was playing against Dark Lords, I was siding out my Floodgate and my Chaos Sorcerer, and for the other monster.
uh-huh.
Mm.
Then I have
Would-
literally, to be fair, I have 7 cards, 3, 6, 7 cards to start off to fuck Dark Lords. I can draw Throne, or I can draw one of my 3 Necro Valleys to get a Necro Valley on the field. So I have 7 Necro Valleys in my deck to draw on my first turn against Dark Lords.
Yeah,
One
but even
Necro Valley,
so-
it's fine. I still have something else to get it.
Dark Lords will probably go as I forgot who said it. They will probably go to main Cosmic Cyclone again,
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
which
they have
I'm
to.
doing a lot.
I think
and,
they'll
like,
have to.
you need a Necro Valley and you need like 1 to 2 back row, and they can't have a Naston or too many plays, and they have to go second. So it seems maybe a little bit specific if I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, so they have to go. That's what I say. They have to go on Cosmics, right? But then I'm happy with that because they cannot play around my Wall of the. Decide for themselves what they're gonna do. Do I want to get like this? This is why people went from the Cosmic to Junate in the KC Cup, because they played against a fucking Desperado. And they just said, why do I need a Cosmic if I just sitting one of 3 back rows? So Trunade would be very easier. And right now they cannot run both. Like they can play with Destiny Draw and 1 Cosmic and 1. It's fine. Like they could do that. Imagine how much cards they need to play around all the cards from Gravekeeper.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
So we'll just main Jinzo at this point. No, Jinzo is not an out. Jinzo is definitely not an out. If people playing Necro Valley, then Möbius is definitely better than Jinzo. Then you have to play Möbius, but
Okay, so my next question for you is, every time we talked about a matchup, you said that if you can get your combo pieces, right? So you said you did 3 hours of testing. How are your hands in? How are your opening hands and follow-up draws in these games? Were you seeing your throne, your Necro Valley, the spy, some back row every game, or was it less consistent? Were you not getting it often, or how are your hands looking?
yeah, normally hands looking like 2 traps, 1 to 2 monsters, and yeah, like if you're starting. So 2 traps, one or 2 monsters, and like you can draw. You have a lot of monsters into the deck. If you look by it, I think you have 11 monsters. 11 no, 12 monsters. You have 12 monsters in the deck. 8 spell and chip cards in my version.
What? I see 9, bro.
Oh, you have Forgot the Throne is a monster as well.
Throne is a
Throne.
monster?
Yeah, for
the
sure.
Monster Searcher. That's
Yeah, it's
what
a
I'm
monster
talking
searcher.
about.
it becomes basically, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a monster. So you have 13 12 monster and 8 spell and chip cards.
I see.
The good thing as well, you can start off with I'm doing it against Fortune Ladies. If I have 2 monsters, like let's say the spell card and 1 level 4 guy, I'm just searching with my Throne, the Recruiter. My Recruiter get back my Spy into the deck, searching Silent Magician, Special Summon Silent Magician, set my cards. This is what I'm doing against Fortune Lady. Against Dark Lords, I'm setting my cards, setting my spy. Auto, I'm setting my spy if I have it in hand. But as I said, it's like kind of the old magnet stack. Like in the old magnet stack, you could play 22 cards because you have, I think you had 8 starter. 8 starter you have to start with. And in this deck, you have 7 cards you can start with to get your spy. And yeah.
Now that I see it, like, it is pretty, like, ideally you're always gonna have a monster in some shape or form.
Yeah.
All right, so you said Fortune Ladies already. Anything about Fortune Ladies? How was your matchup in testing?
It was like 55 to 45 for Dark Lords. It's like when I was playing against Sasuke. I don't know.
Sakura?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sakura. It was Sakura. Yeah. I had 11 cards in my deck, and I had 8 cards to draw. Like 8 of my cards I have to draw to win the duel, but I didn't draw them. Pretty unlucky. But yeah, I mean the matchup is normally pretty good. Side against them, then the matchup should be pretty good against them.
That's Fortune Ladies. Yeah, because right off the top, yeah, you should have a pretty good matchup. You know, Fortune Ladies, they will not be able to revive their boss monster if you maintain Necro Valley on the field.
Yeah.
And well, you can still banish from the field, correct? So yeah, that should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, losing your boss monster's revival is pretty big for Fortune Ladies.
Atlas asks 2 questions in the chat.
Yeah.
What do you think of Demise of the Land? Activate.
Wait, what can it activate when your opponent special summon a monster? Select a field spell from the I can activate that. Oh.
I saw some people playing this yesterday. I was talking to Radlup. He was playing this in his deck.
Fair, I would
deck. It
play
will
it
definitely go off against Dark Lords.
in a side deck. I would play it in side deck as well in Desperado. It's a pretty nice card to get your Necro Valley faster.
Mm-hmm.
In this deck, like as I said, I have 7 starters with Necro Valley, so I don't need Demise. That's what I need, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What was the second question?
What
yeah.
do you think of Spiritualist and the fusions?
The thing is, you know, there will Cosmic now everywhere. Like in every deck, you're gonna see Cosmic again. It's a nice combination if they don't play Cosmic, because if you have your Spiritualist and you get this 3/3 monster on the field in defense, it's normally you game against Desperado. But if Desperado has like, what was the Ohimi? I was playing with Zero, right?
Mm-hmm.
The out would be Clash. That would be the outs, I think, for Desperado.
Yeah, against the fusion with Necro Valley out, yeah, Clash. You can also Cosmic, of course, if you have it, and yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Maybe if you play Canadian,
that was the out card.
Flip the fusion down and then go for a twin barrel or a spider, but that's kind of you need multiple card combos that probably do the same thing as if you just have like a Clash or Cosmic. So that's probably the best cards to side if the fusion would be very viable and everyone would be playing it, but I'm not sure it would do that right now because of Cosmic.
Atlas said I have 7 copies of Necro Valley. Yeah, after siding, I playing. Can you show my side deck? I forgot the name of the card, of the Gravekeeper card. Yeah, the guard who has 1,600.
Priestess, this guy right here, right? Oh no, 1,600.
I'm thinking this is 600. Is this? Yeah, this one. I have this. This has 1,000, but doesn't matter with 1,000. I just summoned it once. They need right now. If I have Necro Valley on field, right, and this monster, and to summon the monster, it's pretty easy. I have this monster for itself, and I have
But
Throne.
if the field is treated as Necro Valley through Priestess effect, does that actually apply the Necro Valley effect? Like, I don't know about that ruling.
Yeah, if you have Necro Valley on field, right, and this monster, your Necro Valley, right, they can cosmic your Necro Valley, then his effect is going to apply, and there's another Necro Valley on field. So you don't have two Necro Valleys on field. Like, if there's a Necro Valley on field, then this card doesn't count as Necro Valley anymore.
Yeah, but
And
if you have 0 cards and it counts as Necro Valley, the Necro Valley effect doesn't apply, right? It doesn't lock down the grave, or like.
Oh, like it's actually exactly the same as Necro Valley, or did I misunderstand you?
No, I think that's
I'm just not.
He's asking.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
that's why I said he has 1/7, because if he's summoned, he get 500 push from Necro Valley, and 200 from his own effect. 7. He has 1,000.
Okay, I guess.
Oh, the field shredded as Necro Valley.
Like, from what I've understood, there is some cards that say if Necro Valley is on the field, to this and this and this, and this card would make it so this condition applies. But I didn't think that it would block the grave too.
No, yeah. So if it says the field is treated as Necro Valley, then that lets you any other cards that you activate that require Necro Valley to be active, they can use their effects. But the card text of Necro Valley doesn't go into effect.
I had it against who was here in the room. I played. I don't know if he has something too special, but I had him on the field, and
you can check the ruling for this. Gravekeepers Priestess ruling.
Let me check it real quick.
Goes from how you've talked about the card. You said like, oh, if you summon it on turn 1, it blocks down Dark Lords completely, and I'm not sure if it actually does that.
Yeah, that's and I was summoned it once against Herbal, and he was scooped, but he said he had like nothing in hand, but maybe he has contact, and he could he said he had contact, and I'm not sure if he didn't activate it. Any other situation was I just played one Dark Lord in the tournament. Herbal was the only one. I like there's nothing, but I think they would roll it down if it's like blocking the graveyard, because it's just dreading. With this card, you can easily activate cards like Hidden Tempest. What you and Kame was saying.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't say.
I think the chat is right. Atlas is right with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't actually lock the grave, yeah.
So that being said, would you probably side Demise instead of Priestess right now then?
I would side the Demise with...
Yeah, because Priestess's main effect is to use, like, the Gravekeepers, like, you know, Assailant and stuff, like the ones that need Necro Valley for their effects.
Oh yeah, Atlas was right. Thanks for that, Atlas. Then Demise is a pretty good card. Then Demise, it's not bad.
Yeah. It's similar to Maiden of the Aqua. The field will be treated as if that field spell is there, but there will be no effects from the field spell. There you go.
I see. Okay.
I made a bad side deck card. I was lucky that I just sided once.
Yep. You didn't put like 3 in there. You're like, this card is broken.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even like the card was nice against Dark Lords if it was like what I was thinking about. That's pretty nice, but yeah, but right now it's dead. So Priestess, you are out.
Oh, show Maiden of Aqua? Sure.
We actually have Maiden of Aqua in Duel Links.
We don't? We do?
We do. It's a card trader card.
Maiden. Oh, I have it for sure, though.
Card, I don't know. I just saw today. When this card is on the field, it has 1,700 attack. Then
What?
then you don't can.
I don't.
Then light monster cannot activate their effects.
Oh, and maybe ranked duels. But we definitely have it. I remember seeing. We definitely have that card. Maiden of Aqua.
What?
You keep cutting out. I can't hear
Aqua
you.
doing?
I think it applies the effect of Umi on the field. Well, it doesn't apply the effect, but it is treated as Umi when it is face up. But the Umi effect will not take place, but any cards that require Umi will get their effects.
Ah, here she is. Okay. Yeah, as long as this card remains face up on the field is treated as Umi. However, there is no increasing or decreasing of attack and defense due to Umi's effect. If there is an active field spell card on the field, this effect does not apply.
Yeah.
Definitely a pre-errata version of this card.
Yep. Pre-errata.
Yes.
Yep. Look at that. Those
It's
sick
better
parentheses.
written.
Yep.
That nor can understand the effect. Yeah, but yeah, I still think to the end, to the Gravekeeper will be not tier 1 for myself. I'm not thinking the Gravekeeper will be tier 1. Definitely a tier 2 deck, for sure. It has his place in the meta. It can, like, in the later coming meta, maybe it will take a place. But maybe we don't gonna see any of these decks a lot, but just because we have a lot of decks to play right now, and it's fucking expensive. If you invest into Dark Lords, you probably don't gonna invest again into the new box.
And that is the thing that is really suppressing
1 second.
the new cards getting played. Yeah, no problem. That is really what's stopping the new cards from being played, right? Like, why would I go into this box with untested cards that are not proven to be good, and if by Tuesday they still do not have any tournament results, that's not going to look good for these cards. There's literally no reason for me not to play Dark Lords, and that's what I was saying. Like, you were saying Dark Lords are not tier 1 anymore, but I think Dark Lords will remain tier 1 because when you're talking tier 1, you have to provide results to be tier 1. Even if you don't have a great matchup, results is what gets you tier 1. And Dark Lords are going to continue having those results until something is taken away from them. These decks, they're great, and I think they have, like, Dark Lords and Invokers, they have good matchups. But as long as people don't have access to the cards, or they don't want to buy into the cards, then that's really going to stagnate their growth.
To be fair, we had yesterday first tournament, and I just imagine get back when I was doing the first time the podcast with Craig. PC already voted Dark Lords to tier 1, and I was losing on that as well. I don't want to lie, because at this time, 2 weeks, not even one Dark Lord win a tournament, and it was tier 1. And I was all times complaining on that. Why a deck is tier 1 when it's not even winning a tournament?
Well, the reason it's not tier 1 when it's winning a tournament is because out of every top cut, Dark Lords always take up at least 50% of the top cut, or close to that.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's 80% of the decks which are playing on the tournaments are Dark Lords.
Right, but 80% in the tournament, but top cut, right? Top cut is where anything can happen. And that's true, right? What you just said is true. Lately, Desperado has become the more dominant deck as of the most percentage in top cut tournaments. But as as long as they don't move from that spot, like of having the top 2 most played decks in top cut tournaments at all times, then they're not going to move from tier. That's it. That's just how.
Himi was saying it right in the chat. He was writing in the chat. Yeah, the fact it was 2 main boxes after each other, with the first containing a borderline broken deck, doesn't have the new box at all.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking as well. People who spent into Dark Lords, right? Like what's happened to like. They don't think another broken deck will appear will come on the next box. So why should I invest? That's absolutely right thinking. But people who are investing, I think the box has like a little bit of countering Dark Lords.
I think it does too, but like, I think this is an example. I don't know if you guys remember, if you guys remember, but this happened like I don't know if this is an exact tie into the situation, but back when Sylvans were best deck, hands down, right? The next box was a main box, and they had some niche tech cards to counter Sylvans, right? But they didn't do anything at all, right? Because they were niche tech cards in the main box. No one's going to go for them. No one is going to play them in great deal to help their deck defeat Sylvans. But this box, there's a couple deck types, gravekeepers in particular, that are good against Dark Lords. But you have to think, like, going into the main box is just what Ohaimi said. Why, even if gravekeepers have a good matchup against Dark Lords, why would I go in this box and not going on Dark Lords? Because Dark Lords, even if they do get nerfed, a deck is not going to go from tier 1 to off the tier list in one nerf. So even if I do get nerfed, it will get nerfed. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to fall off the tier list in one nerf, and it's probably still going to be better than most of the decks that are, or just as consistent as the decks that have come to counter it in this box.
I'm really accepting that what you were saying. It's the same like what we had in KC Cup.
Yeah.
Trunade or something, if I just run Cosmic because of Necro Valley, and then everyone was thinking, why should I run Cosmic if nobody has Necro Valley?
Yeah,
exactly.
So that's what I thinking about. But we are like, it was yesterday. Yesterday we just have to think it was yesterday when the box came out. Yesterday when the box came out, I played it. I think now for like 19 hours, 90 to 20 and 20 hours. I testing like. A lot of use with the new box and with the new structure deck, and I'm just thinking about if everyone has it, for sure not tier 1 anymore. That way, then definitely like I'm just telling the tier list on my view. So my view, I have every card 3 times, so I'm thinking on that way. But if we're looking for the whole community, then I'm thinking just 20% of the people going into the box. Still a very good place in the top cut.
I really want to see that happen, but because I felt like the whole balance was really thrown off. Like I know I've said this before, and a lot of people have before, but the meta was like in a perfect position before Dark Lords, and it's really unfortunate that it just flipped the table completely, and now like. The meta is in such an undesirable position. Like every deck is playing for Dark Lord counters.
Yeah.
And the decks that don't have Dark Lord counters, they're non-existent anymore. And even decks that don't automatically lose to Dark Lords, they get out attrition by Dark Lords in tournaments.
Or they get fucked by bad matchups because they have to side stuff for Dark Lords or something like that.
Yep.
Like just because you have to side so much for one deck.
But it's all times the same. All times the same. Like I had the conversation with someone as well. He said, "Yeah, Dark Lords has to be tier 1 because people have to put something in his main deck against it."
Yeah, that's what keeps decks tier 1.
I was like, "Yeah, you're right. But just look to the last meta when 6 Sam was overpowered. Everyone was playing Kinetic Soldier. And if we're going back again, everyone was playing another deck to counter another deck. It's every time the same. We cannot put it, like, we cannot say because of that one deck is tier 1. Because every time you will have some tech cards into the deck. Because if you're playing not 6 Sam, still if you play 6 Sam, you have all times 2 to 3 cards placed for tech cards at the current, not meta, but right now 80% Dark Lords, then of course I have to put something into the Dark Lord. Like, I don't want to assume they don't put it in because Dark Lord is overpowered. I would assume maybe they put it in because they're thinking, if I'm playing on a tournament, I'm facing a lot of Dark Lords, and this gives me a better matchup.
Yeah, but when
But I think it's a little bit of.
I
I think it's a little bit of. I think those two things go hand in hand. You know that a lot of people are going to be playing Dark Lords because it is tier 1, and that's what's going to make you put in. It's kind of like an order the transitive property. Because because of A, then we get B, which gives us C. Dark Lords are tier 1. A lot of people will play them. I will have to put text in my main deck and side deck to beat them. So it's kind of like yes, a lot of people will play them,
if one
but
deck is tier 1, then of course you're playing taste against that. But like, I had a conversation, people was telling me this deck is OP because people maining something against it. I was like, no, that makes not the deck OP. Dark Lord is a good deck, but you siding something or you put something in your main deck in because everyone is playing it. If Dark Lord would be OP, 6 Sam would easily clap it. Just imagine 6 Sam has now 2 banned lists where they got some bad stuff on it, and they're still competitive.
Mhm.
I don't see it for myself if we got a hit on Dark Lord if they are still competitive.
But that's the
they
thing,
put
right?
one of his
People don't-
engine cards to 2 twice, like the trap on 2 and the contact on 2. The deck can say bye-bye. It's not even competitive. It's not even tier 3 anymore. Tier 3 maybe. It could be still tier 3. But how the fuck this would be not that consistent what it is right now. It's a really good deck right now, but if I'm thinking everyone is going into the new box, I'm not thinking anymore that it's tier 1. I'm not thinking anymore it's tier 1.
I do hope that the new box pushes out Dark Lords. That's when I'll wail on it 100%. When I see from this week or next week, whenever we start to see it, that gravekeepers or another part of this box becomes the Dark Lord answer or something close to that. Because right now, I don't know if you know this, but Dark Lord's fate is resting on, not Dark Lord's, Gravekeeper's fate is resting on your shoulders. All right, so you're talking all this. You have to go to the Meta Weekly, Battle Phase, ECT, HCC Pro Series. You have to win with Dark Lords to prove it. You're saying, people need to go into
with Dark Lords or with Gravekeepers?
I mean, with Gravekeepers, with Gravekeepers.
Well, could you imagine if NaW wins it with Dark Lords? How fucked up would that be?
He's talking all this shit.
Oh my God.
He just plays Dark Lord.
Yeah.
No, like, I would play meta decks as well, right? Like, first time I don't play Dark Lords because Dark Lords is like really boring, like really.
Yeah, I agree.
It's sometimes so good, you have opening crazy hands, and sometimes it's fucked up with your hands. And it's like, wow, it's so randomized. We were speaking last time in a call with 3D and my brother, and it's like really randomized right now. It's not even skill anymore. No skill anymore. Like, a god hand is beating over everything.
Yeah, I have to agree with that statement. I was streaming, not playing. We had a little tournament yesterday evening, and we saw some pretty just downright disgusting things with Dark Lords, like opening double clash, always having maybe with a lot of decks, that are not at the level of Dark Lords. You have those moments where your back is against the wall and you're like, man, I just need this one card, and maybe I can come back or win. and you have to get that card. You have to draw your out. But the thing is, with Dark Lords, you always have your out, no matter what. And if you don't have it, you're gonna top deck it. And if you don't top deck it, you're gonna top deck a search for that card. There's always a path to victory for Dark Lords, and that's what's putting on the top because no other deck has that right now.
Yes, they have like top deck potential. They have a lot of cards they can top deck. Like normally every duel they have like 5 cards to top deck, 3 banishment and 2 contacts in the deck. So they have 5 cards to top deck every time, and it's a good ratio on a 11 card deck. If there are still 11 cards on the deck left, and you can top deck 5 cards out of from them, it's pretty high.
Yeah.
But we should keep going. Like
Yeah,
we talked
yeah,
about
yeah.
a lot of gravekeeper.
Yeah. If you guys had
And-
another topic, yeah, we can go ahead.
Yeah. For us, this is just the start. Like that's like against Dark Lords, but we can keep going with other decks. Maybe we're gonna see as well some good matchups against Dark Lords.
Well, so we talked about Invoker, we talked about Gravekeepers, we talked about
We can talk about Thunder Dragon right
No,
now.
we cannot. No, we cannot. I'm gonna. Okay, so look, we could talk about Thunder Dragons, but I'm gonna lead the conversation on Thunder Dragons. All right, 'cause I'm upset. I'm upset. So let's go down the list of Thunder Dragon cards. I'm gonna go in the card catalog.
Yeah, okay.
Thunder Dragon
The card
is still good.
catalog's the best
Thunder Dragon is
place.
still good.
No,
You already have Thunder Dragons?
I
Thunder
think NaW's got the
Dragon.
spice though. I think NaW's got the spice.
you think you've
with
got
it.
the spice? All right, so let me air out my disappointment with Dark Lord. With not Dark. I keep saying fucking Dark Lords over and over again.
It's in everyone's mind right now. It's okay, bro.
So I saw who was it?
It was
Someone was playing it in my tournament yesterday.
Oh yeah. Uhimi, your teammate.
It was Ohimi?
Luke Taylor.
Yeah,
Luke Tyler.
Luke
Luke
Tyler.
Tyler
Yeah.
was playing it. Luke Tyler was playing Dark Lords. And he was doing. Oh my god! I did it again, didn't I? He was playing Thunder Dragons, and I was saying that I don't think that Thunder Dragons is a coherent deck at all with the cards that we have.
Do you have his deck list right now here?
I have his deck list. I have his
Post
deck
his
list.
deck list.
Is it anywhere?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, I have it.
He
I
has
have
no
it.
Smash.
Okay.
I'll
So
give it
just
to you.
post it, and I can tell you which card I'm missing.
Yeah, I think he said he only had like 1 Thunder Dragon Dark Farmed and 1 Thunder Dragon Hawk, so wasn't fully optimized. I think he said he would have played at least 2 of each. So, but to be honest, I'm not even sure what like his end goal is, like, because Thunder Dragon, the engine itself, just kind of does some shit, generates some card advantage, I guess, but there's no end goal that
Right.
the pure Thunder Dragon deck has.
There's no the immediate problem
We'll
I
see it,
have.
guys. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it right now.
All right, no, yeah. I'll tell you,
Okay.
but before we
So
do
I'm
it,
just waiting for the deck list, and I don't know why people don't playing it.
I'm gonna give you the deck list, but I want to say that when I was watching Luke Tyler play, and I was looking at his deck, and then I was looking at the cards, I don't see an effective gameplay loop with Thunder Dragons, and that's what you need in a deck, in a competitive deck. You need a gameplay loop. So here it is. This is his deck list.
Let me bring it up.
Oof. He didn't farm anything.
And where's Chaos Sorcerer?
What the fuck?
the
No,
thing
is this. I know Luke is a clapper. Like really, he was one of the consistent player in Duel Links. Topped every time, get every time 4-5-0, and at the Swiss. It's a doo-doo.
It's dude.
Is to
It's 3D. Don't tell him
Yeah.
that because he don't likes me afterwards.
I mean,
Don't
he
tell him
was
that.
he was trying, but all he was doing was establishing the Thunder Dragons and going for a game. Like, I did not
Okay.
see anything in this deck differentiating it from just a beater deck. So please explain to me what
Okay.
I'm missing.
First, we missing the MVP in the card Cow Sorcerer.
Chaos Sorcerer. Okay.
It's a card you can throw out in the first turn, like easily. First turn Chaos Sorcerer, with not even doing something special, spicy, or something else. Playing it, you can just discarding the dark one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Getting back the other Thunder Dragon, like getting back the same one, the same he was searching, putting it back into the deck, and getting the level 5 light one. Discarding again, get 2 light monster to the hand. You know, the old Thunder Dragon we already had.
Right.
I can show you something like test cards I would play. Right, so for sure we need Chaos Sorcerer 2 to 3 times.
Yeah, I agree.
We need that.
Agree.
We need that.
Is this
Because
the best deck to play Chaos Sorcerer in right now?
Like, to be fair, it's easy. Like, I have another Chaos Sorcerer deck, but this is easily to get it. Easily, like really easy.
I mean, Chaos Sorcerer is the best part of this deck, right? There's correct me if I'm wrong. There's nothing going on in this deck without Chaos Sorcerer. I mean, he tried to make it work without it, but this deck on its own, I don't think it does anything.
Okay, let's wait. I wouldn't play the Wolf. I don't like the Wolf because I think the Aloof. I think Aloof is it. I don't like it. We can cutting Aloof and Gold Sarkos 3 times. It's enough. You can play it with that.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was playing, I can tell some other.
Oh, you cut out now.
Text cards. Playing it, cannot telling it. I cannot telling it, but I was thinking about other text cards.
No. You have to tell it. You can't.
I cannot tell it.
You can't tell me Thunder Dragons. You cannot tell me Thunder Dragons. You cannot tell me Thunder Dragons are not complete shit garbage, and then withhold tech cards from me.
Oh, I have another card for you where you can make some synchro plays, but the 2 taste cards I got from TGG member.
I was just about to jump in, bro.
Them, but I have another taste card, and it's crazy. I don't know why people don't play it. I'm sending a poster. I am posting the monster right now.
Yeah, it's funny.
People don't play it.
It's funny because me and NaW were talking yesterday, and he was telling me how shit this deck was. And then I told him, well, wait up. My clan is working on a deck list right now that's going to clap. And then Choo gave him the info. And it kind of convinced NaW that the deck is actually...
Yeah, it's like not tier 1, to be fair. It's not tier 1. It's not tier 1. But, like, you see this guy I was posting, right?
DD Sprite.
Oh, yeah. Come out.
What?
You see...
You guys, no way. You guys are not gonna...
Don't give away all the spice, Kamal. Don't give away all the spice.
Don't talk about it then. Don't talk about it. Don't even mention it. Don't mention stuff you're not gonna talk about. So what is... Don't even talk about it. If you're not gonna tell us why this deck is good and what cards are gonna make it good, don't talk about it. Bottom line. If you're not gonna tell me right here why this deck...
I said the monster inside. I said the monster inside.
No. But I'm not here. You have 44 people in the chat who are waiting to find out why Thunder Dragons are not complete shit garbage, like Kamel said, and you're not telling them why.
But they just have to wait till the weekend is over, bro. Like,
no. But that's why we're having a podcast here, because you're supposed to tell them here.
Oh no, I was telling that also
whip you guys into shape.
To the most people when I was discussing with some deck lists, I cannot because there are tournaments today and tomorrow, and there's as well some team clan wars, and I don't want to be the motherfucker who is telling the deck list from everyone.
Well, guess what, Moberry, your deck list is not safe. You're going to be the first one I leak tonight. I just want you to know that.
That's fine. I won't be playing anything spicy. Well, maybe I will. You will find out.
Like, to be fair, like yesterday I was Bobby was playing 6 Ams, and I was showing him one list, and the list has maybe like you can easily decide against But it's a pretty nice deck, and it's really funny as well because you cannot play around. And let's say exactly the list because people gonna play it on the weekend, and as well on the damage step today. I just say the name. So Dark Magician could be as well tier 2 or tier 1.
Now, see, in the damage step, I would not expect to find many or new decks at all in damage step today because it is an invite-only tournament. I would expect mostly Dark Lords to be seen today, but there are some very good players there, so I would hope that they decide to play some new decks.
They're playing Dark Lords. I think the same Dark Lords because I was texting yesterday with Sniffers. Sniffers told me he hadn't time
Everyone
to
will play
test.
Dark Lords,
He didn't put that much effort in the box. So the most people gonna play still with Dark Lords. I think there's some really can take on advantage to clip the current meta. It's not even, I don't know what to say. It's like, ooh.
But the
Thunder Dragons.
Yeah, the point I was trying to make with Thunder Dragons is that if you look at each individual card, none of them really give you something that establishes a board that's even close to any relevant meta deck. Like, yes, it gives you the monsters, the continuous trap. It destroys back row once per turn. That's nice, right? But is there anything else? Like the three things, right, that you typically look for in a top tier deck is destruction, preferably non-targeting, searching, and special summoning.
Okay, wait. Frost is now right here in the chat, and still Frost is telling me the same. I played one deck, and I played one deck against him. I'll ask him. The deck is fucking minimum tier 2. Minimum, at least tier 2.
What deck is minimum tier 2, NaW? If you say fucking Thunder Dragons, I'm gonna punch you in the face. I'm gonna punch you in the face if you say Thunder Dragons is minimum tier 2.
No, like Frost was testing me a lot of duels yesterday against that deck. He couldn't win one duel, and I don't know. It's spicy as fuck. And I'm leaking that to casual heroes, because they're playing with me the whole day, like literally 12 hours straight on testing.
But no, if we're gonna sit here and talk about Thunder Dragons, and you're not gonna agree with me that Thunder Dragons are garbage, you're gonna have to tell me why Thunder Dragons are not garbage.
I just posted a monster, DD Kobold. It's a nice card.
DD Sprite.
DD Sprite is a nice card, so let's talk about DD Sprite. What makes DD Sprite so good in this deck?
Okay, so first of all, you can easily bring your monsters on the field, right? And they get all the effects when they vanished.
Before I do that, do you have a good deck list for Thunder Dragons? Since you said that Luke Tyler's is not good? Or does anyone in the chat or in the call have one?
Just look on the list from...
I'm sure I could go to the Thunder Dragons channel. Someone has probably...
Yeah, he was posting one. Wait, let me take it out once for you.
Here we go. This is XB8's. I think this is what you guys are talking about.
Wait, don't show me something with just one trap. I don't like it. We need minimum 4. Which one? No. It's okay. It's not bad. It's okay, but I'm still missing the Kobold.
This is why I hate competitive players.
Oh, it's not competitive.
This is why I hate talking.
But I mean, Kemal, you gotta realize that like some people they test for hours, right? That they want to at least be able to play one tournament with it.
Oh no, I know. I'm not.
And it will be leaked. I mean, it will be out this weekend because every tournament we got this weekend, people will be making top cut maybe with it, and then everyone knows, right?
So Dark Lords are tier 11. Dark Lords are tier 11 until further notice. Next deck. So what do we got?
Now we can go to the NaW Spice.
Okay, new Spice. Let's see what do we got.
Neos.
What is the next archetype? It is.
Is it the Fusion Palladium card?
Yeah, Neos. Just put a Neos. Neos. Normal Neos one.
Oh, okay.
Fusion. Or just put Fusion inside. Fusion and then it's fine. Neos Fusion.
He's
Doesn't
talking
matter.
about
Doesn't
that
matter.
one super rare dude from the EX
Structure deck. From the structure deck.
who searches Neos Fusion.
Just write Fusion. Fusion. Just write
okay.
Fusion without Neos. Without Neos.
Gravekeeper or
Okay, monsters.
Okay, and then go to the monster. The fifth monster. The fifth.
Okay, Keeper of Dragon Magic. Now, what does this guy do? He's from the
Okay, you
structure
just
deck, by the way.
yeah. Okay, but let's see. You can discarding one card and getting directly Neos Fusion to the hand, right? So normal summon him,
Ooh,
getting Neos
okay.
Fusion to the hand. Neos Fusion right now in the deck. But now it comes the spice. If you find, and I don't want to say it right now, if you find a light monster which is level 4 as well, right, and you're playing with light and dark, you have 9 fucking Neos Fusion in the deck.
Oh,
If you don't play against something really big spicy, like if you just play against a Dark Lords or something, you could or Desperado, you could OTK them in the second turn.
So if you're playing this deck with Neos Fusion, so you're playing Neos and this deck, but what is the overarching deck
Okay,
that you're
there's
adding
one
this
card.
engine to?
I can just tell it. Look on the rare card, the first on the second row.
oh, sorry.
The first...
Fusion.
No. Don't put fusion. Don't put fusion in.
It's,
Look
he's
on the
talking
monster on the
about
second row.
Mirage Dragon or what his name is to do to prevent traps in the battle
Mirage.
phase.
Yeah.
Playing this guy
Yeah.
Okay.
with light and dark. As well to get Neos Fusion. If you already has like shitty hand, for example, you have Neos on the field, you play your normal monster, the dark one, discarding Neos, right? To the hand. Then you're activating the effect of the other guy again, showing your Neos guy in your extra deck, special summoning Neos from your graveyard in face down defense position, activating Neos Fusion, putting your Neos from the field to the grave, and as well one dark monster, for example. In this case, it will be.
Well, so we got to read this guy's full effect before we start talking about the
No,
combos.
I was saying the whole effect. You can, when you discard a normal summon, you can discard one card, get Neos Fusion to your hand, and you can reveal one Neos like one fusion card in your extra deck, and special summoning one monster from your graveyard which is listed on the card. So in this case, it will be Neos when you just
defense.
and face on defense position. So you will special summoning in this case Neos. If you have Neos in hand, in this case you have a bad hand because you have Neos in hand, right? Then you can play with 3 Chaos Sorcerer in your deck because literally you're already putting some darks into your grave with Neos Fusion.
Okay.
And you have your next turn you could summon Mirage Dragon into Chaos Sorcerer, and the only deck who can beat it up is like what's fucking called the Dark Lords, because you cannot easily run over the fence, right? So this could be in a tougher matchup, but with the side engine, I would play with Neos Fusion, the skill. Like the skill, I don't know what the skill name is. Where
Thank
you
you,
get
Lord
the
of
field spell.
Steves. Sorry,
Where you get the field spell on the field.
Okay, so this engine you're talking about is another one for Chaos Sorcerer.
Another one for Chaos Sorcerer to play with Chaos Sorcerer. Yeah.
Okay. See, that's why I'm kind of glad we got such a powerful generic card like Chaos Sorcerer. A very old card, but light and dark. You know, the skill is very good in Duel Links, and we have a lot of monsters to support that playstyle.
And I think when I first saw this box and I saw Chaos Sorcerer, that was the card that I was like, holy shit, everything is going to change.
Yeah, that's what stuck out to me right away.
Because Chaos Sorcerer is such a generic card that could fit into anything, but it could be your boss monster. It can easily be your boss monster in any deck that needs a boss monster. You could play whatever with it, and Light and Dark makes it even much more consistent. So, yeah, no.
Oh yeah, it's like to draw bad. with light and dark, and with Mirage Dragon, it's pretty hard because you have 9 cards to draw to get your NaW Fusion on the field.
So do you
Just-
have
just-
a sample deck list?
I have a sample deck list, but I don't gonna reveal them again.
Of course.
Just imagine if you're playing something like Lava Golem in the deck as well, right? Because you have all times, you are never out of NaW Fusion, so you can all times playing with NaW Fusion. For example, if you're knowing you play against Dark Lords and you're playing with 3, just a little example, if you're playing with 3 Lava Golem and here's Lava Golem in hand, right?
Wait, what was that?
NaW Fusion into the hand. You don't activating the NaW Fusion. You don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You still play. You can play. I just don't want to say like a deck list, but you can play with Kuribo as well because it's a little stall deck. You can play a little bit of stall. You can get your Lava Golem on the second turn, play your NaW Fusion, stuff like normal Lava stall deck.
Mm.
So
Ooh, lost him again.
No, you're alright. I
What?
bet now forgets to breathe at times.
Oh,
Yeah, NaW gets his internet back when he tells me why Thunder Dragons are not tier 11.
Mom, it's my turn on the internet.
No, we missed you. You cut out, buddy. We missed the whole.
I was cutting out. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, here's. Oh, go ahead. So finish your thought about NaW's Fusion.
Yeah, no, it's. I just want to bring like the viewers right now here into some ideas into the decks.
Yeah.
I don't like. It was like it's the same in the school when we are in the school, right? I cannot do your homeworks. I can just go you like the ways how you get the how to say it.
You can lead a
You
horse.
can do your homework.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. So they have to build something because I'm not a big brain, and someone of the people here in the chat are big brains. They have now some ideas,
Oh
which I didn't
God!
thought about
Please
it. And
spare
then,
me, NaW. Please fucking spare me. God damn it! Next deck.
All right.
God.
So I think next. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Well, the tournaments we're gonna look at, since the meta has completely changed, and we've been talking so long about this, we're gonna look at the DLE tournament and we're gonna look at the PCT tournament because those are the first 2 tournaments after the new box.
you
The
cannot
thing
look
about
into
those
the DLE.
The thing about those tournaments is that neither one of them had any new box impact, close to none. But I think I don't think PCT had anything in their top cut except for one Invoker deck, which was very bad. I think personally, I was talking about it with some people.
Wait, Kamel. I didn't heard you again. What did you say? You said bad deck.
I think
Come
that they
on,
were not
1v1
playing.
right
I think
now.
that they were not playing Invokers optimally. You can see in their deck list. I think this guy's free to play. So we can click at
He's
PCT.
free to play. He has 3 Alistairs.
Bro.
Well, he's not free to
Tested the
play.
deck. You never
he's not
tested
free
the
to,
deck.
Well, look, but he's not free to play in the sense like free to like he obviously wailed on this box clearly, but Chivalry. I think there's better cards in slot for that.
Bro. You was thinking. Just tell me one out. One like this deck he was playing. We was discussing it before. Tell me
Okay.
just one out for Desperado against that deck.
One out for like one way you beat Desperado.
Or one way Desperado beats this deck. Maybe you find an out, and I don't find it. I know an out right now, but I don't want to be the 3D who was making me scared yesterday to leak the card. But there's a card.
There's a card in his deck. Well,
no, there's a card. Wahimi, you know the card, right? Yeah,
Probably
you know it.
do.
Yeah, I wait.
I hope. I think.
This one's talking yesterday, and then you make fun of me.
Oh yeah.
Who was I talking to last night? I believe it was Casey Full and Stevie, and they were saying that they don't think his deck list with the 3 Wonder Wand was optimal, but you think it's pretty good. So why do you think?
Because people don't think of just imagine. I just can tell you that again. I already told that in the chat. Starter, right? Just imagine your first starter is normal summoning the invoke, get your spell card to the hand, activating the wonder card, draw 2 cards, and activating direct the spell card, and get back your invoker. You make literally +2 already. Broken. And you get a fusion card on the field, a fusion one, the water guy, against Desperado.
Yep,
and tell me just one card which can destroy this card into against Desperado. Just one card. If you find me one card in the normal Desperado deck who can beat this card, I can give you $20 right now.
$20.
Right now. If you don't find a card, I get $20. Here we go.
You get $20.
No, Lava Golem is not an out Atlas. Lava Golem is not an out because I just summon this card and passes until deck out.
I always think I want to bet with him too, but then he's like, and if I win, you give me the money. Chill out.
That's why NaW's so rich. He won so many bets.
Oh.
That's too funny.
So if someone is telling me this list is doo-doo,
I'm gonna have to have you talk to them because they were pretty. It was like 2 a.m. last night, and I wasn't coherent, but they were like talking for like 10 minutes on why this deck was trash. It was Stevie and Casey full, so I gotta connect you guys. But I didn't. I had my thoughts about it because I was like, if it got top 32, it had to be, decent. He had to have done that gameplay loop that you were talking about multiple times because that does seem like that's like freaking the every combo with light and dark.
Mm-hmm.
You get out your 2, you draw 2, get the counter traps.
You don't have to play with light and dark.
No, I mean, unfortunately, light and pass. That's what I meant.
Ah, okay.
But, yeah, it's just like the +2 to give you the counter traps you need to keep your fusion on board. So I do see where it could be very good, very consistent.
All right, the next there's 2 more decks. Okay, well we'll talk about we'll finish the decks from the new box and then we'll
let's go.
So we had kind of a new deck in our top 4, but I have a lot of people played new decks, so I can go through and give you the deck list if you want.
Just tell me what was top 4.
Okay, top 4 in our tournament was 3 Dark Lords and 1 Spellbooks with Invokers.
Right now. Yeah.
So if you go to DSOD DLE, the Invoker, he played 3 Invokers, he played 1 Invocation, and his extra deck was 2 of the Dark guy, 2 of the Earth guy, and 2 of the Water guy. And the rest is just a standard Spellbook deck, 21 cards.
Yeah, it's normal. You play 2 Invokers and one spell card, it's normal. In Spellbooks right now because you can search him with light and dark.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to be the new. It's going to be the new stand. It's going to be the new stand for Spellbooks card.
If Craig was imagined that, like I was playing my first match, and it was on stream. I play against Spellbook, and he had the same deck. Like he played with Invokers as well.
Uh-huh.
To be fair, like I didn't have any big problems, and it makes your matchup against Desperado better, but I don't see how it makes your matchup against maybe against Dark Lord as well. I don't know. If you get twice the Dark Fusion out, you have to take it bring it out twice, because they can just negating the one. And then they cannot activate any other effects anymore for that turn, so it's fine. But I don't think it make a big difference. Like against Desperado, it makes a bigger difference, but against something else, I don't know. Because you can start just with that one, and it's easily to search. You can start with that one, and then you can go back to your Water Fusion against Desperado. It's win. But against other deck, it's like, the effect, Kamil, of the Water guy? You know the effect?
Yeah, it cannot be targeted, lets you attack while in defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know the second effect?
Yeah.
Which the second effect, the
You can attack with that monster as well when this card is in defense position.
yeah, that's what I said. You can attack and defense. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't heard that. It's crazy. Like
Yeah,
even
it's like a Rampart Blaster. I love it. We haven't had a card like that in a while.
All right, the next archetype that I kind of liked, but I don't know how good it's gonna be, was gadgets. What do you think of gadgets?
Oh no,
I don't.
Gadgets.
Oh, so I actually. Okay, so I actually
Now
have
it's
something
comment
on
time.
gadgets.
Just tell me. Just
I-
tell us the tier 1 deck gadget.
I actually have something on gadgets. So my buddy, my Japanese buddy, Warufuzaki Wildman,
Oh, I know.
he
Wild
won
Man,
the
yeah.
first. He won the first damage step, and he was playing this gadget removal deck. Here, I'm gonna send it to you really quick. He posted.
Where did
it on
he
his-
play it? Where did he play it?
Well, I don't think he played it in the tournament, but he was just testing it. This is literally the only public display of gadgets anywhere, so that's why I'm sharing it right now.
There's one on YouTube as well.
So here it is.
I mean, you are out because you said something wrong. You tried to fool me with. Fuck is he playing? Please,
That's
out,
there you go.
out. No, I don't want
Control
to see
or
that.
something. But that has a lot of back row, though. That's your thing, isn't it?
Yes,
What's
he
the
calls it.
skill? What's the skill?
Yeah,
Hide it
that's-
twice?
I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's see if I ask him what the skill is.
Talking about heavy back
I don't
row,
see it.
yeah, Jesus. And then what is
Yeah, but I mean,
this
I-
is shrink?
No, that's
Yeah,
offering
it's
instead of doing.
Offerings.
But I guess like all of the dudes search each other out, so you only need one in the starting hand.
Yep.
So you can play more back row, I guess. But I'm not sure with that. Like I probably just side my Trunade with Dark Lords and then
Yeah,
just get it done.
12 battle traps.
Yeah.
12
That's what I want to see.
or 9 battle traps and 3 mirror wall.
Like
Yeah,
the
that's
mirror
what I
wall
want to
would
see.
stand,
12
but-
battle traps. But
12 battle traps.
Like
How-
Dark
how is
Lord
the
can still
sequence?
OTK over a mirror wall, so I don't know.
the action of like it's a pretty nice stall deck.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's about it for this deck.
All right. So what do we think? And another thing I was pretty excited about too was the new.
Oh, did you guys talk Element Sabers?
No. So we'll talk about that. Well, let's talk about this first, and then we'll talk about Element Sabers. So what do you guys?
Karakuri.
What do you guys?
Karakuri.
Yeah. What do you think about the new Karakuri stuff?
Like really, I was laughing on it, right? Since it, and I don't know, it was pretty funny to play against. 3D was building a list,
Uh-huh.
and it's pretty nice. I didn't play that at all, like never ever. I also didn't play that right now, but it seems really broken how he was playing it.
Yeah, it's got its own mirror force. It's got
A better version of Mirror Force.
Yeah.
A better version.
Yeah, and they have like in the box there is this new rare level 7 Samurai Destroyer who's just a bigger Armades basically.
Let's
Yeah.
look
It's-
at that.
and it's very easy for Karakuri to go into level 7 synchros, so that's also working in their favor.
Yeah, right here. Samurai Destroyer. If this card battles an opponent's monster, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. Also, that opponent's monster has its effects negated during the battle phase. If this face-up card and its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can target one machine-type monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Yeah, so I think Karakuri's... I don't know if they quite got the amount of spice that Dark Lord's got in the last box, but they got some good spice that I think is going to make this deck a little bit better.
There's definitely some potential now. Yeah, they have Mirror Force, a better version. They can search the Mirror Force, and they still have their Pot of Greed with Anatomy. So
Yeah. All right.
there is something.
Yeah, I agree. Ohimi, for sure. Okay.
I'd like to see them make their resurgence. Always a fun deck, and I think with the added support, they were lacking. The one thing they were lacking was archetype, like powerful archetype specific back row. So they had to use the general ones. But now the Karkaris have that, I think they'll be a lot better.
Yes.
Hopefully, we see them come back. But Element Sabers. Now I saw Wayne playing an insane Element Saber deck in my tournament yesterday.
How did Wayne do? How did he finish?
I would run Element Saber as well.
He did poorly only because he went up against straight up Dark Lords the whole time. But he played this deck like an absolute madman. He played it as a hybrid with Invokers.
Oh, he played the same build. I was testing with Frost and Uhimi.
Yeah, so he was able to serve with this deck. The one thing that I like,
you can share the
loop.
list. You can share the list, and I can share my list as well. Then it's not secret anymore.
Okay, so there it is. So
is that what he was playing?
This is his deck list. Yes, this is what he was playing.
Shitty. This is shitty.
Well, I will explain to you 1 second. So his gameplay loop with this deck was very consistent, right? Malehu, if you don't know, he has a quick effect that lets you send an Element Saber to the grave, and you can flip a monster face down. Now, against Dark Lords, this effect is very good. Not only does it force as Sanctified onto your Malehu, but it also forces them to use it to protect a monster like Desire that doesn't have any effects. And he used this card in tandem with the trap card. If you can click that one, which is very good. It lets you have like a lot of attrition against decks like Dark Lords. It lets you tribute off your monsters to get other ones so that you can special summon them, use their quick effects, and survive longer. So your opponent cannot target Palace of the Elemental Lords. That is the field spell. Tribute a monster, special summon Element Saber from your deck with a different original attribute. So then, clearly, if you have a monster you don't want, then you can tribute it, get the monster you do need to survive your opponent's moves. So Malehu flips down monsters. Lapulia negates spell and traps.
Yeah, but I think the most combination he had is the loop when one is sealed, the dark invoked monster, and then he is attacking. He's face down again, and he cannot attack again. I think. How he cannot killing you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what you want to do, really, because he like you can see this deck list. He's playing it with Invokers, so Invokers are his main means of dealing damage because they're the boss monsters. But the Element Sabers give him the survivability that he needs to get to his fusions. So it performed obviously it was being piloted by a great duelist, but I can see
Wayne is making clapping decks every time, every time. And I play really similar to this one list, but I play with Silent Magician. Right, I play one Silent Magician. I just play Magician in my deck, but I can cut it to one. And I play just 2 of the invoked monsters. And I play with Chaos Sorcerer. Because you can summon Chaos Sorcerer that fucking easy. It's crazy. Just summon your Mulehu if the field spell is on the field. You can just flip down your own monster if he doesn't set something, setting the light to the graveyard, and then you have if your field gets destroyed, you have for the next turn your Chaos Sorcerer, which is easily to get. Really, it's not difficult. Why he's not running Chaos Sorcerer? Maybe because it bricks. It could brick, but I like the Chaos Sorcerer in the deck. I also don't play the dark and the white guy. I just play the light and the dark.
The dark guy. You mean Malehu? You do play him, right?
Yeah, this is important. This is the most important one.
Yeah,
Malehu is the important one. I don't even know what the Earth can do. Earth could be good because
I'm not sure its effect. Can you click on it?
Yeah.
That's Aina, Element Saber Aina.
This one. Yeah, this one. Yep. Once per turn, you can send 1 Element Saber monster from your hand to the graveyard, then target 1 Element Saber monster that has been probably summoned in your graveyard, but summon it, ignoring the summoning conditions once per turn. If this card is
Well,
in the
that's not too
graveyard, you
bad.
can. It's okay to getting back your
Malehu.
Melehu. It's good for that,
Or
but
Lapulia. That's the thing. Like, it's situational. You know, like you're gonna use it. That's a quick effect, right? So you're gonna use that when when you know they're gonna activate something that's gonna fuck you over, like a spell trap. So you pull your Lapulia, and if they're gonna activate something or they're gonna summon something to kill you, you activate it to pull your Malehu.
okay. But what I was thinking, like for myself, when I want to see Dark Lords, my best field against Dark Lords would be one Mulehu, one Dark Invoked Fusion guy, and one Chaos Sorcerer. For example, I can activating Chaos Sorcerer's effect, targeting his Itchel. Then he's going to activate Itchel's effect to activate Contact. For sure he will do it. Then I can change Mulehu to setting my Chaos Sorcerer, that my Chaos Sorcerer cannot be negated, and then I can banish his Itchel with that. So this is like kind of combinations I would prefer. That's why I would prefer Chaos Sorcerer, because with Mulehu you can play really good around
Ligsmar, thank you for the host,
negation.
buddy. Or the raid. Sorry,
Thank
go
you.
ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry, no. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, it's fine. That's why I would play with Chaos Sorcerer in the deck. Because with Chaos Sorcerer and Mulehu you can make some insane plays. Negate it if you have Mulehu on the field. Then you just pop, setting your Chaos Sorcerer, effect still resolves, and trap card has to negate Mulehu or the. And then you can just attack. So
Now, I think this deck is high potential from the box. I think that this deck is up there, like top 3 out of the new box. I think Element Sabers are
Element
one
Sabers,
of
not just Element Sabers with the combination of Alistar,
Invokes.
like with the Invoked.
Yeah.
It's I would put it on tier 2.
Yes, I would. This is a deck that I would put on the tier list.
I would put it.
This is that needs tournament results. I would definitely put this deck on the tier list.
All right, and the last deck that we need to talk about that we haven't talked about yet is
The elephant in the room. Yeah.
Magician.
Now, see, this is something we called it on in this tournament. Fun fact: we were talking about advanced ritual art, were we not?
We also talked about Necro Valley in the box too.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. We discussed both those things here. We were like, are we gonna get Necro Valley in the box? Are they gonna give us advanced ritual art? Well, we got both. So I'm gonna read the cards really quickly, just so we can get through them. So, Magician of Chaos structure deck comes with 24 cards and a lot of new cards, which hasn't been something we've gotten recently. So, Magician of Chaos, the boss monster, ritual summon with Chaos form. Its name is Dark Magician. When on the field or in the graveyard, once per turn, when a spell or trap card is activated, this is a quick effect. You can target one card in the field, destroy it. If this ritual summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one Chaos or Blackluster Soldier ritual monster from your hand, except Magician of Chaos, ignoring its summoning conditions. So the big thing with this card is its quick effect, and the fact that either player can proc this effect. You can proc it on your turn, your opponent can proc it on your turn, or you and your opponent can proc it on their turn. So, and it is a you can effect, so you can choose when you want to do it, which is very versatile, very good. And it lets you summon a Chaos or Blackluster Soldier ritual, but you may not be wanting to play one of those because it can you summon itself, Magician of Chaos?
No, it can't summon itself.
Except Magician of Chaos. That's right.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's another monster like that you really want to play in this deck. Like, you don't want to play Magician of Black Chaos. You don't want to play Blackluster Soldier, right? So
we saw. I don't know if your guys' builds is the same as what Decade was playing, but I kind of liked Decade's build.
That's exactly what I was testing before with Frost.
Okay.
Because Frost wants to get this deck to the PCT tournament.
Uh-huh.
I was playing with one Sonic Bird, and he didn't have Sonic Bird, so he didn't play it.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing with 2 traps, right? And unfortunately, I just have 2 rods, so I don't feel confident with the deck because you need 3. It's just an OP card.
You don't have 3 rod?
I'm
What?
free to play. I'm free to play.
Rod is a free-to-play card. Is it not?
I'm free to play, bro.
You know now he's not farming any event ever.
Bro, you don't
so-
even need to farm, bro. It's a ticket. You have a
No, it's
Karibo
not a
ticket?
ticket. It's a Kuribo ticket? No, it's not. If it's a Kuribo
Magician's
ticket,
Rod. Magician's Rod.
I'm not sure if he was in the Karibo ticket.
Alright, no,
he was
$20 if I'm right. $20 if you're right. $20 if I'm right. Let's see. Magician's Rod. Are you
$20.
kidding me? Oh my god, it's not in there? What?
I told you.
What? How do we get this card then?
You got it. You
Uh,
have
It's
to,
Arcana.
we got it,
It
in
was
the
on the
event.
mission bingo sheet one time. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was on
Magician's Rod. What?
we got it in an event where we had to farm Yami Yugi.
Yeah.
Remember? We got the
Shit,
magician.
I better have to.
nah, it wasn't on the Yami Yugi. Yami Yugi gave us the Magician's Rope and the Magician
Oh.
of Black Illusion or whatever his name is. This was from a
Oh my god, I have 2.
bingo event.
Oh my god, I don't even play fucking bingo, dude. Well, I can never play this deck.
Yeah, I told you, bro. And I was like the whole time, I was crying like a baby in the Casual Heroes chat. Just bring one SR ticket where I can get the fucking rod.
Yeah.
Because
Oh well, wait.
all
You
the Dark
will definitely be able to get it from. Won't the new ones that we just got? They will give it to you, correct? Those give you
No.
everything.
New World ticket.
No.
Yes, the New World tickets. They should give you. They should have everything in the card pool.
Can do a
No,
quick
bro,
check, but I
bro,
don't think they
I
were
already
in there.
checked everything. Everything. Not even just once.
How dare
Like,
you?
Damn,
I
dude,
go
it's
through
really
it.
not
I
there.
didn't believe it that Konami is doing that. Don't give me the rod. Again, because I didn't believe myself that I didn't saw a rod. And then finally I have to check again because just to be like clear that there's really no rod in there.
That's really dumb, dude. Like, the card is just not here. Wow.
Yeah,
There's
and
definitely
Dark
no rod.
Magician is my deck to go. Dark Magician has 8 traps, 6 traps, oof.
Yep,
Mhm.
Dark
Buy
Magician is
some
basically
fast
the back row deck.
OTKs.
Even before the EX structure and the box, you played it with like Drownings and Canada and stuff, so it was like a match made in heaven, but now just
That's
this
very
is the third rod.
That's very stupid that it is. Oh wait, I can get third rod because my Arcana is not level 38. Get fucked, Rod. I can still play it. My Magician's Rod is my Arcana is level 32. The third rod comes to level
Hey, thank you,
36.
Godzilla.
8. So I'm gonna be playing Magician of Chaos. I don't know about you, no, but I know I'm gonna be playing with my 3 rod.
Okay, so I didn't play 3, I just played 2 rods, right?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And I played 1 Sonic Bird.
Oh, okay. One Sonic Bird, huh?
Played
So what is this? Is that the
Oh,
DK
what's
build
called?
on screen? Or
Yeah,
is that
but
your
he was playing one of these and an extra Mahad. But I only have 2 Mahad so far, so I just added an extra.
No. Mihad on 1 is good. Mihad on 2 is fine. I play the same. I play 1 more Sonic Bird, and the equipped spell card is the MVP. You have to play it 3 times.
Okay.
The
So
equipment
instead,
spell-
Power of the Guardians,
MVP.
right?
Yeah. Because how they want to come over your monster.
God, everyone has Power of the Guardians now.
Yeah, if you go second, you can make your ritual, equip him with Power of the Guardians, and then on equip you can pop a card of your opponent.
so are
That's-
you? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ohimi.
Nah, it's okay. I
I
was-
just play 2 rods. That's what my list would be.
Oh, okay. So I
Right.
guess we'll play this. Oh, okay.
Oh,
cool.
it's 3 rod is fine. Yeah, 3 rod is fine. So this is what I would play, and it's pretty nice. I saw some other deck lists. I can post the deck list as well because it's not what I'm playing in tournaments or someone is playing on tournaments. Yesterday on DLE, someone at DLM was playing that. I
Mhm.
can show that real quick, and I really like it. But
I don't
today,
think I saw any from my tournament yesterday.
oh,
maybe I
people
did.
are still like we have to accepting that because there was like just a little amount of time even prepare on that boxes. Like normally we have 1 week of preparation, and I'm like every day I'm on Dueling's book testing the decks, but this time we had nothing. Like we don't even know which deck's coming out, which cards coming out, so we couldn't testing it. So it's pretty hard, and I think it was not any obvious deck we could play.
Oh,
So
ASAP played this deck. This deck looks kind of pretty similar to this one.
It's a pretty nice deck. It's a pretty nice control deck. I was copying the deck from DLM yesterday. I just changed one card. I'm coming with. I'm gonna send it here.
Oh, okay. Wow, interesting.
So you have your normal monster, like the monster on
Oh
top
my
gets
God.
your Neos Fusion to hand. So you have 6 Neos Fusion into your hand.
I can build this deck right now. I
and
kind of want to try it. Whose deck is this? Is yours?
I played it like this, yeah.
How did you?
Like this.
Where'd you play it? Just on ladder or whatever?
Yeah, just on ladder.
What skill are you using?
Neos Fusion skill, like Neos on the field.
Neo Space.
Yeah, Neos Space.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna play this.
Drag N. Just see what my hand was like. Wait, I have something for you guys. Just today, I just got the hand today against. I think it was Several the God.
It
I'm gonna
was.
play this. I'm gonna play this list card for
Against
card.
Several. Yeah, this was my hand.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
This is
Jesus!
getting
Never
bricked a
mind.
little bit.
Never mind. You played
Maybe.
3 Neos. Jesus, of course you will break.
Maybe it can brick a little bit. I don't know.
But how are you feeling with this deck? How are you feeling with it? Were you feeling good about it, or were you like how was it doing for you? Were you confident enough? Are you feeling as confident enough to bring into an event, or no?
I'm posting the deck list. So what do you think?
I'm thinking no.
Right, it's good, but I'm thinking it's too bricky right now. It's like
I definitely really like
Maybe
this concept,
cut
but maybe
down on
not
the
3.
Neos.
Yeah, cut down on the Neos. The Miracle
example.
Compact as well. Like that's a 7-card Neos engine you're running there.
But you draw your like if you have normally again I was like on 11 cards or 10 cards in my deck and I didn't draw Neos Fusion and I didn't draw my monster, so I just had to draw my monster to discarding Neos to get a Neos Fusion back to my hand, then special summoning Neos from the graveyard and activating Neos Fusion. So still with 3 Neos I can make a normal Neos Fusion combination. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
Shitty shit.
Okay, so this brings us to our most exciting part of the podcast, which is
It is?
NaW's tier list.
Okay,
Oh,
before we go into NaW's tier list, I have some ground rules for NaW.
what
oh
about
no, I
agents?
don't like rules.
Any
Okay.
deck which you are not willing to share the full contents of what makes it or what places it on the tier list, you cannot put it on the tier list.
Okay.
Every deck you put on the tier list, you have to.
Sorry for the viewers, and I cannot telling you the decks.
So,
That,
I cannot.
Thunder Dragons is actually tier 0, of course.
so
Yeah,
this is
for
the old
sure.
one, right?
And
So
what about agents?
NaW?
Yeah.
If you say a deck, you better tell me everything, and if it doesn't add up, it's not making it onto the tier list. I'm
No,
not allowing it.
Your city homie just told it.
What?
Yo, Craig.
Yes.
Nothing is on the tier 1, nothing is on tier 2, and we have Subterrors. Metaphysics on tier 3. And I can share my AG list as well. So we have AG on tier 3. No, I'm just kidding.
I was
tier
like,
1.
oh,
You
God.
better be.
Okay, tier 1.
So tier 1 is Desperado on 6M.
Okay, 1.
Tier 1 Desperado 6 Sam. Okay, we heard your explanation for those earlier, but Justin, for anyone who has just joined us, why are Desperado and 6 Sam the only tier 1 decks? First of all, okay, so the things that have changed from the tier list that most people are familiar with, which is the DLN tier list. Why are Dark Lords not tier 1, and why did 6 Sams move to tier 2?
Arthur, thank you so much, buddy.
I don't know why they moved it to tier 2. I don't know. Like
No, you moved
last
it.
week.
You moved it. You just
No,
you-
to tier 1.
Oh, this is your okay. So why are they here on tier 1? That's what I'm asking.
Just look on the last weeks. Like it was completely right if you just went with Desperado 6
Mhm.
Well, this is a
when
pretty
we had
nutty.
when we had the damage step. When we had the damage step before we had the podcast, and we said
Okay.
for the week just go with Desperado 6 and you cannot do something wrong. And this was a deck who went to top 4 only and win the tournaments. So yeah.
Okay.
I really
now,
like it, and to see it yesterday as well. Yesterday I won Desperado again, both tournaments. I think, was it? Am I wrong? No, Sniffers with Dark Lords won your tournament. Sniffers
Yes.
won your tournament with Dark Lord, and the other one was Desperado. Yeah. So
Dark Lords
yeah.
also won the Meta Weekly this week.
Okay, yeah. Sniffers won it. Sniffers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tier 1, okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Tier
Desperado
1,
6am.
Desperado and 6M. Put
But-
directly tier 2 Dark Lords.
Okay, so Dark Lords will be entered into tier 2 now. Tier 2 we have here Trimids, which I think is warranted. You know, Trimids have proven themselves to be one of the decks to stop Dark Lords if you know how to play it, and Trimids is a very consistent, effective deck that does a lot on its own. So tier 2, I'm with that. And Dark Lords being demoted to tier 2 does line up with what you said earlier, but one more time for the audience, why do you think Dark Lords are tier 2 now?
Just looking from my view, from my cards I have, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking if everyone has the same ability to get the cards, we could see more hate against Dark Lords, like more cards which are good against Dark Lords, and that's why I wouldn't put Dark Lords on tier 1 anymore. I would put it on tier 2. Maybe because I just don't like it. But I want to get back from my personal feelings on Dark Lords. I want to get like focus for the real meta, and Dark Lords are back.
They're on their way out, is what you're saying. You know, they're not going to be.
I can tell you guys, next month we don't gonna see Dark Lord anymore.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
My
they're
call
on their
out.
way out. You know, new stuff is coming in. Dark Lords are, you know, they're not going to be here forever. Hopefully not.
Yeah, and we're gonna check again. We're gonna check. Gonna see it in the Clan Wars. Maybe we have like really on non-promoted events, like events where not like free entry fee and you just win $20. We're gonna see some new spice. Feelings doesn't matter. Like you can go 0-4, it's fine. But maybe on a big event like the Damage Step or Clan Wars Today, the playoffs, I gonna think maybe the feelings are higher than to risking something. So just one player is gonna try something new in a deck and not cutting out the Dark Lord anymore. Like they still play Dark Lords because they're feeling safe with it.
All right,
So
okay.
yeah, I think we cannot see something new spice on the Clan Wars like this weekend, because people has to do something with their feelings. They are scared about that as well. To
Right.
get like clapped or it's breaking, I don't know. Because they have not, to be fair, they don't have so much testing time, and they also had to work yesterday, they had to work today, so they just have literally the night today and tomorrow to testing something, and I think it's too less.
Well, okay.
Like I'm just like to not go for 10 hours to work, and I'm happy that I can testing the whole day to find something. Good. So yeah, but still Dark Lords tier 2. I hope you
Okay.
can understand that and not lost on me
No,
again.
I do understand, and I'm glad I got to hear you explain it, because I think that looking forward, I think that's where we're gonna see the Dark Lords tier 2. You know, and you made a good point. There is a lot of high stakes events going on this week in the coming, and we might not see Dark Lords there, but we will see. I mean, we will see Dark Lords there, but we may not. We'll see them start to fall off in the community events, where there's more people, less of stakes, and people want to test more for larger events. So that is where I definitely think we will see a decline in Dark Lords, and I hope we do, because the new cards, they need we need good people to pilot those decks so we can get the lists out there and help the decks to grow. But
Yeah,
Fortune
and
Ladies,
no,
I was just gonna say I agree with Fortune Ladies being tier 2 still.
maybe I want to change it.
Okay, you want to
Okay.
change it?
Yeah, I want to fix from the tier 2. I don't want to see any more Trimets.
Okay.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is something. That is something to bring up too. Like the past couple tournaments, the Meta Weekly Tri-Mids were not in the top cut at all. They were not.
And Wayne played them, and some other players played them, and they didn't come top cuts. And to be fair, Wayne is like the brutal player with.
He's the best, like one of the Tri-Mid players, and it did not top, and he was playing it.
So,
and when in my tournament, the Battle Phase EU, we only had
Trimets
one.
still on tier 3. Trimets is still tier 3 deck. It's still not out, but it's tier 3. We need some time maybe to get that back, but I don't see it anymore. Because as well, with the new decks coming out,
yeah, for example, Dark Lords and everyone, they're gonna main more Cosmic Cyclones now.
Yeah,
because of all the Necro Valleys and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and Triman's gonna suffer because of that.
Yep.
Okay, so as well,
Fortune Ladies.
Yeah, Fortune Ladies has this place on tier 2 still. It's still consistent, makes good plays, though like not hard on Necro Valley, because I want to say it right now as well. If Sasuke knows how to play against Gravekeeper, normally the matchup is for Fortune Ladies instead of Gravekeeper. He had like literally in every turn he was starting, he had every time his combination with every first turn.
Yes, that was who was that? Freaking I was watching too, and I forget who it is.
Sakura?
Sakura was it, yes.
No. Sakura bricked. He didn't get it. Remember, he was
Arkham.
He was talking
Was
about
it
the guy.
Arkham was in your
Arkham
tournament.
won.
Yeah.
I was talking against me. I was talking against me when she played against me. She was trying, like, just a tip for the Fortune Ladies guys who mentioned to play against mentioned to play against Gravekeepers.
Yusei.
Was playing against Gravekeepers. Like if you playing Fortune Ladies and you playing against Gravekeepers and you're starting the turn, don't go for every turn one. It just wasted. Like literally wasted. Effect to popping something, because people are going to set spy, next turn they're gonna pop the every and that's it. If you're going to start with the Arcane, like the Magician, if he would start with that, I could scoop every duel. Like I can just put on the red button scoop. If he starts with the Arcane guy and he can pop up 2 cards, +2, I could scoop it up. Because he can just pop my spy, 1 important back row for myself, and it's hard for myself to coming out. Go for Scrap Dragon if he has a follow-up move, and he had that against me. Going for Scrap Dragon, pop something else, oof, this would be too hard for me. Like, really, don't go at first turn to every, make that kind of guy. Because in my first turn, I cannot run over your Arcane. It's not possible. I just have to make so many minus. I have to, I need the Throne, I need the Descender, and I need another monster to normal summon the Descender, activating Throne to normal summon directly another monster to pop your monster. It's so much minus, and yeah, so best way to go, start with your Arcane Gay at the start. That's what I'm thinking, and I was playing Gravekeepers, and I'm thinking that would hurt me a lot.
Okay.
I can't now without play testing it. I don't have it, bro. Okay, yeah. So Fortune Ladies tier 2. Let me check up. I don't know all the decks because.
Gravekeepers.
So next up.
No, I play Gravekeepers on tier 2.
A mono stun. Mono Stun is currently on the tier list. So where do you put it?
Manu Sun is out.
Mono Stun is out. I agree.
Okay.
Spellbooks.
Stromberg is out.
Stromberg.
Spellbooks? Really?
No,
Stromberg.
Okay.
Stromberg.
Stromberg.
Spellbook is coming back to tier 2.
Spellbooks.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe because
Meta Piss. Sorry, Herbal, but finally I have to kick it out.
Yes, I agree. Metafist, no representation in any events.
Like, I was thinking, like, where do you put... Like, Vandrots is a good point. Vandrots is coming back to tier 3 for myself. I thinking Vandrots could come back. Still not bad, like, especially against the new decks. And, yeah. They have a really good matchup against them. So we could put back on tier 3 the Vandrots as well.
Okay.
Yeah, now I could say as well my new decks. Like, we can hop on somewhere as well, right? I would don't gonna go wild in.
Remember, I've got a gun pointed at your head now. You better not say
Wild
the wrong
in,
thing.
say it in tier 1, but for sure tier 2. Put Neos back to tier 2. We had that once.
Neos.
Could we go back now?
Neos?
Yeah,
Maybe
Neos-
it's just a prediction on myself. Just
Well,
a
wait.
prediction on myself.
If you say Neos, you have to specify what engine you're playing with Neos.
He's playing Neos with that card that searches the Neos fusion.
But that's
Thing
not
is
a
that-
deck, is it? I mean, do you have a deck for that?
Yeah, it would just be
Deck
Neos.
for that.
But
And I think on tier
I think
1.
I'm gonna have to see something for that. Right?
I cannot doing it, bro. It's not
I mean,
impossible.
you know the rules.
Okay, put on tier 1 stall.
Stall. Okay, so stall. That's pretty self-explanatory. What stall are we talking about? One card wonder? Are we talking just regular?
I don't tell you.
No, come on. What are you doing? What do you mean? You can't be putting stuff on a tier list.
I don't tell you. Put stall in there.
No, Craig, don't put stall on there. Don't put stall on there. Don't put stall on there. Don't put
with
Neos on there.
With stall, I mean something with lava golem.
But okay, so
So
no.
something with lava golem. Oh, okay.
That is not like I'm trying to I'm just trying to convey here that for something to be on the tier list, you got to have a concrete vision of what it is. And if you have that, then you got to explain your reasoning for it.
Snake, you're absolutely right with gravekeepers. But I don't want to put them directly in there because I don't expecting them a lot to play it in the next tournaments. Sure, topping. Like for sure, 100%. And they could also be winning easily a tournament. Feelings right now still putting on tier 2 because I don't want to get hyped on the box, you know, and saying everyone going all in on that. But I just testing for myself as well, just 2 days.
What deck was that?
Like gravekeepers and stuff, the old decks coming out.
What? But did you say another deck after Neos stall?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I heard you say something.
I said like no Neos like the normal Neos could be. We can put no element on the tier 2 as well.
Do you want to put them at tier 2? I don't know. I don't think there's a
tier 2.
How often are you gonna update this everywhere? Is this gonna be a weekly thing?
Yeah, weekly.
Okay, then I don't know. I think representative of where they are, we have the results for Element Sabers, but tier 2, I think maybe we gotta see more people play.
Well, no, these are also NaW's predictions for the weekend. For like the week.
Predictions.
Listen,
okay.
I doing that. Going to try that out because I'm not joking. Like I'm not making a joke or something. I really put Neostall on tier 2, Element Saber as well on tier 2. So I hope, or Gravekeeper. So I hope I'm gonna see them in tournaments, and they clapping.
Tier 2 is fucking crowded. Like
Tier
No
2 is
space in there,
crowded, but
but,
I just want to know why you're putting Neos on there. I'm like,
So
you don't have to
now,
tell me the whole deck list, but there has to be some
Okay,
synergy.
just imagine Dark Lord, and Dark Lord will be played a lot, will be fucked up by a Lava Golem, and you just have a Neos Fusion all the time, can run over it. They cannot making a good. You can have something in main deck against Desperado and Dark Lord, the Shattering
Okay.
Mirror as well. There are a lot of
Okay, so
stuff you
you're
can play.
saying, okay, so you're saying anti-meta Neos is going to be tier 2. Correct? Anti-meta Neos.
I like
Yes.
that. I like that better. Anti-meta Neos.
Anti-meta Neos. That's what Neos has always been.
Yes,
Anti-meta.
the old times Neos, what we saw a lot, like the last metas and stuff, is coming back.
Okay, so you're playing anti-meta Neos now. Are you using that Dragon Keeper guy that you were talking about to search your Neos fusions? Okay, so now he is a part of the deck. So you're playing Neos with Dragon Keeper,
Lava Golem.
and you're playing anti-meta cards like Lava Golem.
Maybe.
Now, okay, Lava Golem. Now what? Now see the thing about anti-meta Neos is that you need consistent level 4 or lower monsters to both send to the grave with Neos and to have on the field to affect the field, right? You can't just have back row. The reason Neos works every time is because you have those monsters, right? You have the Sazank, you have the Cyberdark Edge, you know,
Maybe I
whatever
have something. Maybe I have
it may
something.
be.
Maybe I have something like that.
Oh.
Maybe.
okay.
Next
What's
Maybe.
it then?
Next.
yeah, what is
What do you said, Ohimi?
Yeah, what is the mysterious card you
No,
got there?
not mysterious card. Not mysterious card. But it's like when Dark Lord's coming back because they get a banishment. No, they have 6 cards to search. Neos decks right now have 6 cards for a Neos fusion. So that we cannot missing that. They don't use any cards which are affected if you're siding something against Dark Lords. Something you can easily put Lava Golem in. You can easily put Shattering Mirror in. People don't want to play it in the weekend maybe because they don't know how to play it. But I can say you for sure if someone is going to try it, take his place as well. It's like people was losing on the Lava Vanilla as well. Oh, my own Lava Vanilla. I loved you so much. I will bring you back once.
I think you've got some pretty crazy ambitions, NaW. And I think since you don't want to be telling anyone about these decks, I think you're gonna have to be the one to play them. You got a lot of talk here. You gotta back it up.
No, I'm not the guy who's playing that, guys. Like I told a lot of people here who's watching the stream are fucking clappers and more brainers than me. Like as well, Uhimi, big clapper, and he knows exactly what he's playing. And if he finds a deck list for himself, he's going for top card for sure. Like I just getting the ideas, and what I'm saying as well, Lava Vanilla once. I said that I want to play the Lava Vanilla on KC Cup. After that, I think it was Sokram or Skrocky went first with another Lava Vanilla. So people just don't want to play it because they are scared that's not working out. But if you have the big balls and you want testing it out, I just can tell you, Anti-Meta Neos has some spicy cards you can put in, like Lava Golem, and Lava Golem is a pretty good card right now.
Well, Lava Golem is Lava Golem is pretty much a core card of anti-meta Neos.
Yeah, you can play easy. Like there's one card which I don't know if this card just came out, like this one. Wait, I have to make a photo because I don't know the English name. And so yeah, but everyone can try it out by themselves. They find definitely some deck lists. I don't have to show them any deck list because they're finding it out for themselves, I think.
Well,
crazy stuff or something.
I hope that your faith in the community is well placed. I'll leave it at that. But next deck.
Do we have this same one, but for dark as well? Do we have it? That would be spicy as fuck. We have the same for dark as well.
No. All the Ally of Justices are anti-light.
So it's just for light.
Just for light. None of them are for dark. Ally of Justice are only anti-light.
Okay. Would be so funny if we have it for.
Yeah, that card is pretty good from the new box.
Yeah.
Quarantine, or however it is in English, just in the wrong meta right now. If it would have come out in the Blue Eyes meta, the shit would have been so good.
Yeah. Like, it's good maybe against Fortune Ladies, but I don't think so. I don't think it's good against Fortune Ladies. But yeah, like, Neos Stall could be in tier 2 if someone is going to try it. Just imagine you can still play with your what's called with a Gale Neos Fusion into AD4 Changer, or you I just gonna say AD4 Changer is a pretty good card right now, because you can easily run with that card over Itchel. Just put it in the tech, you can run over it, so you don't have really the defense problems with it. You have Lava Golem, something with that, Clash, TTH. But yeah, you can brainstorm, guys. Have a
what about
crazy deck list with that.
Oh, what about where do you put Thunder Dragon Chaos then?
Thunder. I know people want to see it on a high spice tier 2 or tier 1, but I still want to put them on tier 3. It's not like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can put a lot of cards into the field, right? You can put a level 7 synchro, level 8 I think as well. I'm not sure. And you can make Chaos Sorcerer so easy. So they need a lot of cards to handle it. It costs a lot of resources for Dark Lords to handle it. But I think still Dark Lord is a bit way faster. Yeah.
What about Dark Magician? Are we gonna see Dark Magician at all?
Like, we can, like, say to the Element Saber, not Element Saber Invoked, I would play it together. Element Saber Invoked.
If you're gonna put Thunder Dragon on the tier list, then you have to put Dark Magician on the tier list.
Why?
I just think it has more people behind the deck. Like, I think there's just more possibilities behind it than.
Yeah, I would like to see Dark Magician as well on tier 3. Like, tier 3 Dark Magician, like the deck from what he was playing, definitely on tier 3 for sure. It's a really good deck. Like, as well, they need a lot of cards to countering your field. They need, like, they cannot just I don't know. You can play with what's called. I would play for myself. If I would play it constantly, I would play with offerings. You have is if you have your monster equipped with the equipped cards, desire you and popping your monster, you can still chain your effect, but the effect gonna on the field or something else, so it's not that a big deal for Dark Lords. And I think if you can offering his monster, chaining your effect, it's gonna be a bit like you can do like literally more moves. Because you can offering him, for example, you have enemy controller and offering set or something else, another quick spell card or trap card. You can offering in the main phase his I think it's still for monster effects as well, right? Am I wrong? The fusion is still for monster. Wait, let me read it.
The fusion for Dark Magician.
Okay, it's just when another card. Yeah, so you can offering his Itchel. He's going to chain the trap card. You can chain your other spell or trap card and then destroy the monster on field. can choose your effect of the Chaos Ritual guy whenever you want it. You can make it to the last of the chain links. So, like to resolve first, at the first effect, is pretty good. But you need to play more quick effects to resolve it in the opponent's turn.
Yep. What anything we're forgetting here? Dark Magician.
Dark Magician, just put Element Saber with invoked. I don't think that normal Element Saber is that spicy. I'm not sure. I don't know, but I would play it with invoked. With invoked, you can play with 3 Chaos Sorcerer. It's still nice, but I would play it with with invoked guys.
Okay.
And do I missing something?
I don't think so.
Nothing else.
I forgot GB. What is GB? You forgot GB.
Do you feel strongly enough about Karakuri to put them anywhere?
Yeah, Karakuri was really, when I was playing against him yesterday, that was pretty nice, but I don't know if I can just tell that by 2 to 3 duels to put them somewhere.
No, yeah, I feel you. I was just saying, if you felt like, if you don't feel comfortable with them...
I felt, no, to be fair, I felt like really good, that they are really, really good. And as well, it's really easy for them because they're playing 6. I saw 6 cards you can side in, side out on the deck. Mm-hmm. So there's also the possibility to side with them easily. Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, that's pretty.
You can put them on tier 3. Put them on tier 3, and yeah.
Of course. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I'm gonna have your head on a silver platter, NaW, because I'm not feeling Thunder Dragons. You already know that. I'm not feeling Thunder Dragons anywhere.
I think with Thunder Dragons there is something, like the engine is very good to get shit in the grave, get a monster out, like, but if you have like something, if you find something good to end on, like this can get somewhere. I really believe that. But yeah, right now if we don't really know it, I'm not sure about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna have, like, it's a thing that, people who like the deck, they're gonna have to show up, and if they don't show up and perform with the deck, then that's a wrap. It, like, don't get me wrong, for potential's sake, I do see tier 3. Like the combos that you were talking about, and with how much you were talking about how much people were testing it behind the scenes, that it wouldn't surprise me that people come out and play to tier 3, but we're just gonna have to see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flips asked, where is subs in Amano? Where is Subterra in Amano Wano?
What? Again, Amano? Amano's out.
Subterra.
Out.
Subterra out as well? Well, there you go.
I like it has a place on tier list, but no, fuck off. Don't say that, guys. You have better decks to play. To be like, you could play every deck on the tier list, but in the end, you have to ask yourself which deck you want to play. And now we're coming to the other questions: which deck you should play for the next week, for the coming week, for the weekend.
Yes.
I hope for you guys, I really hope for you that you're gonna testing out Gravekeepers or the Anti-Meta Neos or the Element Saber Invoked combination. Try that out for yourself, testing with a friend. You will see it has some spicy combinations. If you find as well some good side deck cards, it's even better because you can easily side with that deck. And
what is Anti-Meta Neos? That's the $2 million question, Flips. I'd rather play Subterra than Thunder Dragon.
Okay, so here we go.
Okay, then we have to put the Subterra in. No, I don't like the Subterra is not bad, but
I actually I don't know. I like Subterror, but I think a lot of people don't like Labyrinth Builder. Always has a negative connotation, because no other deck requires you to go neg 2 in your hand, like send 2 back to the deck for it. Like it like people do forget it is a pretty steep cost to get your Subterror engine running, and then for depending on when you use it, you're always going to be 2 cards behind in card advantage, which in this meta is not good.
Just imagine you get lava golemed. Oh,
Yeah.
with a Neos fusion behind. Oh.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're going to be the only guy lava goleming in them, and then ES fusioning them right after. But
to be fair, I think the only guy who will bring and clap everyone with lava golem stall would be Wayne.
I think it's going to be you.
No, Wayne. Wayne was clapping with the lava vanilla guy deck, with the cyber dark lava deck. He would bring it back, like Flips was playing the same.
But that was a deck everyone was playing. I feel like
nobody. No, Flips was. I know exactly. Flips was playing me against one time in the tournament. I lost, and I was like, "What the doo-doo?" He played like nobody is playing, and then as well, Wayne was playing it, and Plane was clapping in Team Wars, playing that in tournaments. He was clapping with everything with that deck.
What deck? Lava Golem,
Cyber Dark, Lava Golem with Neos, and with the guy who gave you 2,500 attack. Like when get that.
Everyone and their grandmother was playing that deck. Like
no, not on the last meta, bro. Not on the last meta. Just a few people was playing it, and they came all times top.
But which meta? Which meta are we talking about?
The one
before Dark Lords. One before Dark Lords.
Right before Dark Lords came out.
Dark Lords. Just a few people was playing that. Lava Golem with Destiny Draw. Not everyone, please. Everyone else was playing still with Desperado, and then people cutting Desperado out of the deck, and they playing with Lava Golem Neos stuff.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Fewer people were playing that, but it was like it wasn't non-existent. But I get what you're saying. Like certain people were clapping with it without Desperado because like they were prioritizing the anti-meta stuff over it. I get what you're saying. Like it was still good.
Yeah, Sukram was saying it. Chiller and Autumn Leaves has topped with it. Yeah, like I know from Chiller, he played 7 or 6 tournaments with Lava Vanilla, and he came every tournament tops with that.
This is true. He did it in battle phase several times.
If someone is telling me just this percentage, then I have to say, people can laugh at right now. I would say, okay, it's tier 1. If one people is playing just one time the Lava Vanilla cheese and he topping every time, then there should be a reason. Like people are just scared to play the deck. But if one person is topping every time with one deck, then we have to put the deck somewhere because it has potential. Like he has played against Dark Lords, he played against 6-Sam, he played against Desperado, and he won the matches. So there should be something to put it somewhere. And I don't know. People thinking just on that what everyone is playing. Like everyone is playing, for example, Dark Lords, so they're topping a lot. That's why Dark Lords is best deck.
Yeah, that's
could be also an answer. It's the funniest deck, for example. Could be also an answer. We don't know why people are playing that. To be fair, Dark Lord is a pretty good deck.
Well, then that's gonna be your challenge to the community this week, right? Play the new decks against Dark Lords. Play them in events where you know there's going to be a high Dark Lord composition. Think about beating the decks on the current tier list, and establish yourself with a new deck. That's NaW's challenge of the week. He's talking all these new decks: Arc, Uri, Dark Magician, Thunder Dragon, Element Saber, anti-meta Neos. Who knows what the hell that is? You gotta come to the tournaments and you gotta play them.
If someone, I telling it right now here in the stream, if someone is winning with Gravekeepers, anti-meta Neos, or Element Saber Invoked, or with Thunder Dragons, or with Dark Magician and Karakuri, I'm gonna blame all the callers right now here, and I give him $20 or maybe $50 more on the prize pool. Fuck off.
You're gonna blame us for what? Blame us for what? Blame us for what?
That you're not thinking that their decks are top.
I'm saying I don't think their decks are top. I'm just saying before you put them here, you gotta give us a reason, you know. And
But there
if
could be no reason. Could be no like we cannot decide the
That's
reason if
about
nobody
the
is playing
definition.
that. You know what I mean? If nobody is playing
Yeah.
that, then nobody is going to top with that deck.
I'm just giving you a hard time because I want you to explain to me why you think these decks are where they're supposed to be at. That's why I'm
Gravekeepers has
giving
a
you
good
an answer.
Gravekeepers has a good matchup against everything, then
Right.
just not Desperado.
Exactly.
Anti-meta Neos has a good matchup against Dark Lord and even Desperado. Could be quite annoying if you're going second and they have already the counter traps sets and stuff, but I'm telling you, Desperado normally wins against every deck if they have two counter trap sets, one counter trap in hand and one Dekochi or Spider set, then they win against everything. So it doesn't matter if you're losing against them, then the people just skilled you out. Then he's just a better skilled person because he can just negate, summon, effect monster and everything else. Pro player. So against something else, I think Anti-Meta Neos is good. You can just Lava Golem in. You can even play if you just like. You could also play with that was what I was thinking as well, with the Neos field spell skill in the side deck and as well in side deck with Necro Valley. So you can play around with that because you have some beaters, and
Okay.
they cannot like you don't need to save with Neos Fusion. You cannot do it anymore, but you have a big beater. So then you can play Clash. You have Clash in your deck, so that's why how you can save your monsters. It's something how you can play around with anti-meta Neos. It's still possible to get the fucking Necro Valley in the side deck as well.
Okay. Now Element Saber invoked.
Hey,
Just quickly,
good
just
trying,
just like a
friend.
quick wrap up of every deck in its place of the new decks, because obviously the
Element
Thank you, buddy. Thank you for that follow.
Element Saber, they have some spicy plays against slow decks. They have literally more control, like they can control the slow decks against fast decks. They have some outs as well with big monsters, like for example, if you're playing it with Silent Magician, I play it with Silent Magician, we have the level 8 guy, and you have as well with Chaos Sorcerer and Chaos Sorcerer with Mulehu. You can banish cards and play around of effect negations. And as well here, it's just shitty if you're going second against Desperado. If Desperado has again 2 partial sets or 1 partial trap card and 1 divine rest set, it's literally over against the most decks. So
right.
this doesn't count because it's no skill, to be fair. Like just negating everything and OTK him next turn. And Spellbook, I think Spellbook I don't have to explain. Spellbook,
No, you don't have just the new decks. Just the new decks.
Yeah, then Gravekeepers, I told Gravekeepers about that.
So Thunder Dragons, we're working our way down.
Thunder Dragons, that's tier 3. Like you have to get a really good hand and you need like all good outs against Dark Lords, for example Clash or something, to run over to banish the monsters, because they have problems with, if you're playing with Light and Dark, to going on big defense boys, right? So you need your Clash for sure. You need maybe TTH, or you maybe their traps, but it's like a lot of ways you can play them, to be fair. A lot of ways you can play them in a synchro version. Yeah, but I'm
gonna say Thunder Dragons are under construction.
Yeah, under construction. Yeah, under construction. Dark Magician has potential to win exactly a game if they have everything every time, right? If they have every time everything, they could win.
Mm-hmm.
The problem here I'm seeing on Dark Magician, you have because it's an engine deck, you need every card in your deck. It's bad for side events, like what do you want to side out if you need every card?
Yes.
You're going back to your ratios. Like if you want to card a ritual spell, then you don't maybe drawing it and side deck event. And Karakuri, I think I don't want to put that on tier 2 because I didn't play that. Yesterday when I played against them, they really have good outs as well in side events because they have 6 cards to side out and not even destroying the engine.
Yeah.
6 card in, and they don't even have any problems with the engine. And they have a problem with the Water Fusion guy. With the Water Fusion guy, they have some problems. They cannot come around that. Yeah.
Gary Wintermore
still
asks,
good.
why is the structure deck EX? The structure deck EX is EX because we are in that EX structure deck. While the cards immediately upon release may not be the most powerful deck, the cards that are in the structure deck are extremely powerful cards that will at some point, if not now, be top tier. Advanced Ritual Art, Magician of Chaos, all have super good effects, and Keeper of Dragon Magic, as we were talking about earlier with Lava Neos or whatever, that is an insanely good card list. You search any fusion spell, so it is well placed as an EX structure deck. The cards are very powerful, much too powerful to be a regular structure deck. In NaW, that's all I wanted from you. I just wanted you to tell me why these decks were going to be on the tier list. I
Yeah,
wanted to
I think,
push you.
no, I mean, I think people later on will think about everything, but I think it's a quite expensive. If I don't look on my view, just overall on Duel Links, it's a quite expensive box right now. Like really, I think it's one of the most expensive boxes because you need every UR literally 3 times.
Yeah,
And if you went before into the Dark Lord one, and now you want to go in this one as well, it could be.
you're going to be broke. You're going to be you're going to be
Because I
broke.
was trying yesterday. Konami just stopped me. I want to go for the prismatics, and I
Of
couldn't buy
course, you
anymore.
want it.
Konami stopped you.
Yeah, I couldn't pay anymore. Like they all time said, the transactions was not possible.
Oh gosh,
Oh
of
god.
course. So this is NAW's clusterfuck tier list of Dark Side of Dimensions. All I know is if Thunder Dragons flop, I am never gonna let you forget it. I'm gonna bring that up every single day,
Oh,
every
vodka.
time we talk.
No, we don't have to end right now. Craig, invite vodka into the call.
Oh boy.
Vodka.
Vodka, come into the call right now.
I don't think I've ever spoken of vodka.
No. We have to put vodka every time. He doesn't like my tier lists. Now we need to hear our king vodka.
I mean, it all depends like on what's your definition for a tier list. Like probably the DLM and what most people want to see in a tier list is like, okay, like lots of representation, a lot of tops, good transition rate and stuff. And yours is more about potential. Like if I play, I have the highest chance to probably win with this or with this. And this is what I think is going to be the most powerful.
What do you think is the right one, Uhimi?
They definitely both have their place. Yours is better probably right now when we don't have a lot of material to judge these decks. So yeah,
but you think if we once talking just on the decks we topping with, we're gonna even change ever the tier list? The tier list will never change.
But Ohaimi makes the great point that the tier lists are from two different times, right? The DLM tier list, which is based off of performance in events and statistics, it's there so it can influence other people what to play.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I mean. That's what
it's
I
there
mean.
because it's a representation of what things are right now, and that's why I was giving NaW such a hard time in the beginning because the way things are right now, I don't see Thunder Dragons becoming a tier 3 deck in the course of a week. I don't see Anti-Meta Neos becoming a tier 2 deck at the end of a week. But NaW's tier list is predictive of the new things that we're getting. So I had to give him leeway and chance to explain his picks. So I think both of the tier lists, NaW's and the DLM one, have their own place. NaW's is definitely better when we have a large influx of new decks like we do right now. Because the DLM tier list is not going to update for a week for high potentials and 2 weeks for actual tier changes.
But to be fair, I've been with NaW the last 3 weeks when we've been doing these tier lists, these predictive tier lists. For the KC Cup tier list, people laughed at us when he was doing it.
It was spot on though.
Spot on.
Yeah.
The one before it, again, people laughed. Spot fucking on. So like NaW's predictive abilities.
I know, yeah, it's pretty good, but I don't know. I think NaW's he's
There's a problem, but
mad scientist on this one. I don't know.
Problem is if you just going on statistics, right?
Right.
If you're going on statistics, you never see a new never see a new one because people see, okay, Dark Lords is tier 1, so I have to play Dark Lords. Everyone is playing Dark Lords. And then just like Idiot Chiller is going with Lava Vanilla, he's topping every tournament, but Lava Vanilla never goes to the tier list deck. So how is it possible? Because they're going on what people are playing a lot and seeing, okay, yeah, Trimax doesn't play it a lot and doesn't top, so we kick into a tier 3 or kicking it even out. But this is not how it works. Like, we have to put it like on percentage. What stack we played in the tournament, right? How many of them were on the in the top 32? That's why, because people making the breakdown for the whole tournament, which deck were played in the whole tournament, and then they make a breakdown of top 32. Just seeing the percentage of how many decks were played and how many decks came to the tops, seeing 80% playing Dark Lord and just 10% of them came to the top, it's a really shit deck then, in my view. It's a really shit deck. I think I had a discussion with Ohemi, 3D and Raw, and to be fair, to win a tournament, you just need to be skillful, like you need to be a good player, but you need as well, like 60%, you need more luck. More luck, right? And if people playing 80% Dark Lords, of course, one of them gets more lucky than another dude who's just playing one deck once on the whole tournament. He's still top, but he didn't get lucky. So you have to be lucky as well to win a tournament. Take once, you have to get the better starting hand, right? Because a perfect starting hand is over the skill from the person. Because with a perfect starting hand, you can clap, you will beat the normal hand and you beat a brick hand. If you draw all times perfectly, then of course you have more potential to win the tournament.
Yep. I couldn't agree.
Yeah.
So I couldn't agree more, I should say. Yeah, and so boys, if you were out there and you're just like, man, I'm maybe thinking that I should bring gravekeepers to this tournament, and everybody else is telling you no, look at this tier list. NaW has confidence in you. If you have a good gravekeepers list, bring it. If you have a Thunder Dragon Chaos list and you're like, oh, I don't know, maybe this is all you need. No,
it's not.
You need a little reaffirmation from somebody who knows.
Not happening.
Bruh,
Not with Thunder Dragons.
That's so funny.
We still need people to play it if we want to dismiss it too, I think. Like, I want to see more people trying it, and if they're failing, then that's also like a good experience, so we know, okay, this is not it.
Yeah,
that's what I want to hear as well. Like, really, I was yesterday testing with Mobbery, a deck. It was pretty nice, and now he wrote me that he lost against Dark Lords and and Desperados. And I said, yeah, we can test later again, and that's what we want to see as well. Like, I want to see definitely for myself, or want to see a little change of the tier, like from the meta, because the meta is just shit. Like, Desperado is so annoying. You don't even need like that much skill. Just negating, OTK him. Wow.
Yeah, I agree. I fucking hate counter trap Desperado. Oh my god. And I love Desperado. If you guys know me, if you guys seen me playing tournaments, Desperado is my deck. I hate counter trap Desperado so much.
You just don't like the play style
of the
counter trap, them not being able to do anything about it.
It's soulless. Yeah, none of like the plays that make that deck fun are even there anymore, because all you have to do is literally just counter, you get a monster, next turn you OTK. So it's like, all right, well, what did I really do here to earn this? I mean, not even earn this victory. Did I really outplay my opponent, or did I just say, okay, I'll negate this card because I know that this is their big play. So negate.
I literally Yeah, that's it. I literally cannot activate any clash because I know if I activating clash on the on the monster, I get OTK'd because there's coming a fucking 2/6 speeder.
Yeah, I hope this
reduce
deck.
my life points to 0.
I hope that deck dies down because like I feel like punishing your opponent for like playing their deck like optimally is like, I don't know, like it's never a very fun play style or a very fun meta to be in. Like you could argue other decks have done that, but just like a deck having all counter traps is just like, come on, like your strategy is to sit there and wait for them to activate stuff to try to win, to try to play the game.
Yo, Craig, just add Cypher to the call. He wants to get a declaration in the call.
Okay, you got it.
It's important for us. Sniffers, if you want to hop in as well, tell me.
Oh god.
Here we go.
It's a big round.
Hello, Cypher?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Cypher.
I am taking Thunder Dragons to battle phase.
Okay.
And you're gonna lose.
Let's go, boy.
And you're gonna go 0-5, and I'm gonna laugh at you on stream. I'm gonna laugh at you. I'm gonna show your shitty deck list on screen.
Here's what's gonna happen, yeah? I'm gonna
And
win
I'm gonna-
battle phase.
Oh, I'm gonna make fun of you in front of 150 people. That's what I'm gonna.
And when I
Hey,
win
you're-
battle phase with Thunder Dragons, you're gonna bow down to me, boy.
Cypher, you're not gonna be able to show your face in a Discord after Friday. You're gonna be the joke of the community after you go 0-5 in battle phase on Monday. I will make sure of it.
If I go 0-5, I'll openly admit I was wrong. But if I win, you have to go on record saying that Thunder Dragons are the new meta.
You know that to win battle phase, you have to top in battle phase first, right?
Oh, I'll top, no problem.
You're gonna win four out of 5 rounds. You're gonna do that?
Yeah.
Well, then
I think
Cypher, if you're
you've
gonna
gotta
win
realize
Cypher, if you're gonna win 4 out of 5 rounds of battle phase with Thunder Dragons, then you must have a consistent deck list that can win 4 out of 5 rounds of battle phase with Thunder Dragons.
Oh, I do. I
Now,
do.
all right,
You've got to realize I've been training for Thunder Dragons in Duel Links for the past 2 TCG formats.
oh my gosh.
He was in a hyperbolic time chamber. He waited for this long.
If Cypher,
I've been waiting for this moment.
if Cypher turns out to be a fraud, then I never want to hear
Guys,
the word Thunder
we make
Dragon.
it interesting. We make it interesting right now. What's because I'm seeing a bit bad vibes here right now, right? I want that both people gonna bet on something.
Okay.
Jesus.
So everyone as well has can bet on it right now.
Betting is evil.
Who
Kids
thinks-
don't do this at home. Betting is evil. Kids don't try this at home.
I'm
Thank
saying
you. Thank you.
Cypher is not going to get top cut in a single tournament with Thunder Dragons this week.
Okay.
That
What you betting? How much?
I'm willing to put $20 on that statement that Cypher
Okay.
will not top a single tournament with Thunder Dragons this week.
Okay, Ohimi, what do you think?
I'm willing to put $20 and an end phase interview. If you top a single tournament, I'll interview you on end phase. You could tell everyone why Thunder Dragons is a tiered deck.
I definitely think at least one top is possible with the right complementing engine. If he has it, go ahead, clap him.
Yeah, I'm betting against Camel right now. If he's not topping, I put $20 on the prize pool more.
If he's not topping,
If he's not topping,
you put $20.
yes.
Only he's not topping, or if no Thunder Dragon in general.
No,
is
he has
topping.
a top because it's just.
I'm the one that made the declaration, so if I don't top, I'm the one that he's betting on. He's betting on me because I'm the one that made the declaration.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm betting on Cypher right now. I'm betting on Cypher. He's going to top, guys.
Alright, Cypher's not going to top. I'll give Cypher an interview.
Somebody
and I'll
clip
give
this
you...
and send it to Circus. This is gonna be ridiculous.
Clip it. No, this is great. So who's gonna give me $20 when Cypher doesn't top any tournaments?
No.
Is it gonna be you, Noah?
I can give you the 20 to you and not to the prize pool. I can do it the same as well.
Okay, fine.
There you
Who
go.
am I giving $20 to in the impossible scenario Twilight Zone, which Cypher
Who wants to
actually
join? Who wants to
tops
join the
tournament?
bet? Who wants to join the bet?
I'm not losing my money. I'm not losing any money. All right.
Bro, you know,
It
my
goes to
whole life is
Cypher.
just on betting something. I'm never losing bets.
You will lose this one. Dude, this will be the first one you lose. There's a first for everything.
That's true.
Hell yeah, boys. All right. So should we have anything else, boys, that we want to talk about?
I think we did it really well today.
I'm good. I like the tier list. Cypher's not topping any tournaments. I'm sorry. No hard feelings, but
No hard feelings, but we'll see on Monday.
we'll see on Monday. We will.
All right,
But I
boys.
won't see you in the top cut. So
All right, boys.
We don't gonna get angry here, guys. Alrighty.
We have
Have
Damage Step tonight. We have Pro Series tomorrow. If you're playing in the Pro Series, please send me your $1 entry fee. Don't forget. We have Homie Cup on Sunday, and we have Battle Phase on Monday. We'll
it's gonna be a
see.
weekend of tournaments.
Weekend of tournaments, boys. I love you all. Thank you to Kamel. Thank you to Ohimi. Thank you again to NaW. Thank you to Cypher for making this crazy, wild declaration that I hope happens just to see it happen. Yeah, boys. Stay tuned. We are going to raid Nifra. Here we go.
All right.
I love you all. We will see you on tomorrow. Bye.
Peace out, guys.
Peace out.
See ya, guys.
Goodbye.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay, boys. That is it.